Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to TIO Stadium. On behalf of the AFL Northern Territory, we'd like to acknowledge the outstanding contribution to territory football by Mr. Charlie King, who today calls his 600th game, this 6th day of February, in round 16 in the 2015-16 season of the NTFL, with Southern Districts playing Wanderers. Charlie's been calling for the ABC since 1993, and 600 games is no mean feat by any commentator. His knowledge of the game in the Northern Territory, his contribution through many of his causes, most notably the No More and White Ribbon campaigns, is significant to say the least. Not only the face and voice of territory football, Charlie had a career as a player for Wanderers in the early 1980s, playing several seasons in the reserve side, but making a few appearances in what is now the Premier League. After Wanderers, Charlie then moved to University Football Club, playing the best and fairest with the side before being selected for the All-Australian Super Rules team, now referred to as Masters Football. Post-playing career, Charlie then moved into umpiring, adjudicating over 100 games with junior masters and women's football, which was once called then the TIFA, the Top End Australian Football Association. On top of commentating, playing and umpiring, Charlie went on to coach under 14s Wanderers before coaching his first NT women's team at the National Championships in 2001 and 2002, then going on to coach a premiership for University Division 2 and winning a premiership as a coach. Charlie has been a representative of the NTFL Development Foundation Board, hosted many AFL NT and NT Thunder events, including the Nichols Medal, NT Thunder Best and Fairest, Hall of Fame inductions and other special events. Charlie's commentating colour extends past those rules, having commentated various sports at 3 Commonwealth Games in Kuala Lumpur, Melbourne and Manchester, and at the Beijing and London Olympics. Charlie's territory football broadcasting background includes 320 television games and 280 radio calls, including games in Darwin, Tiwi Islands, Barunga, Alice Springs, Adelaide and Melbourne, across NTFL, TIFA, SANFL, AFL, Arafura games and NT Rep games. Once again, on behalf of the AFL Northern Territory, we'd like to thank and put your hands together for Mr. Charlie King. 600 games today.
Hello and welcome to TIO Stadium. Welcome to round 16 of the NTFL. It's Sthn Districts up against the Eagles. Sthn Districts in top position and travelling along very well, thank you very much. And Wanderers, the reigning premiers, had a good win last week and believe they're a real chance here. Jared Islet will join me in commentary and it's a game that could go either way. How do you see it going?
Yeah, great to be back here at TIO Stadium, Charlie, and congratulations on your achievement, mate. 600 games, but look, I'm expecting this to be a red-hot contest. Some districts are the hunted, but I think Wanderers have what it takes to actually knock them off.
What can they do here, the Eagles, to win this one? Because Sthn Districts will start favourites and deservedly so.
Absolutely, and they got some big players. Obviously, William Farah, Jared Brennan are just absolutely killing the competition at the moment. So they are the hunted, but I think Wanderers have the cattle to get the job done.
Terrific game in front of us, not that far away. So there they are, Jared. Wanderers together. You tipped them.
Yeah, look, I guess on the back of the last couple of weeks, Charlie, they were lucky to get over the line last week against Tiwi Bombers by 1 point, and Shannon Motlop was the hero of the day for them last week. But having a look at the team sheets now, they seem a little bit depleted. Shannon Motlop not playing, Nathan Jakura, Zilio Casemiro are big outs for them. They do bring in Josh Cabillo and Daniel Wheatra. But players to watch, Justin Smart, Thomas Motlop and Samuel Christie, who had an absolute blinder on Ross Tungatalam last week.
And Smart's been good too. We've only seen him recently, hasn't he? He's sort of stood up as a pretty good player.
He's a handy pickup for them, Charlie, and I think he's going to play a big role today for him.
I'll tell you what, it's interesting to see Christian Paper talk back in the side for the Sthn Districts team today.
Yeah, look, they're obviously on top of the ladder. They're certainly well in front in the premiership race at the moment. When they've got some key players like William Farah, Matthew Kennard, they're experienced, they know how to play footy. The districts do have a couple outs, and Jared Brennan being one of them, and I just want to pass on some condolences there because I understand there's a loss in the family, but I'm sure the Sthn Districts team will be thinking of him and will put their best performance forward.
Well, it should be a pretty good game. Wanderers has so much more to play for today in this match than what Sthn Districts have, because Sthn Districts, look, I mean, they're assured of the minor premiership, I would think, and so today doesn't mean that much, but if Wanderers want the double chance and want to lock themselves in the spot, they've got to do it in this game here.
That's right, they've got everything to play for, and they can start making a charge towards the finals.
So VV with the ball in the middle, he wins the first kick for the Eagles, down towards the forward line. It's a big high up and under. Motlop got underneath it, didn't get his hands around enough to hold the mark. Spillage came out into the hands here of Erlinson, puts it across to centre half back, but it's cut off there. Good work in defence, Charlie McAdam.
Yeah, he comes into the side, Charlie, after a dominant performance in the Div 1 last week. See how he plays.
Pumping kick out very, very wide there. Gave Turner a bit of a chance towards the boundary line. Works pretty hard for it. Pedalled it back in field. Turner still working along the boundary line. Gets it from up towards the wing. Kicks it out of bounds on the full.
And the sun's certainly come out, Charlie. It was overcast this morning. Looked like a nice, cool day to have a triple header here at TIO Stadium. But and obviously there was a bit of rain overnight, which was created the ground to be a little bit underfoot. But now the sun has certainly come out. It's nice and dry. You should see some clean skills.
It was interesting earlier on, that ground looked dry, like it had plenty of rain on it, but it didn't get enough sun. And all of a sudden the sun's come up, and so you're starting to get that lush look in it, which is really nice. Be a nice surface to play on, I'd imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. And 3 weeks off, it is looking a treat.
Barlow got it across. A little short kick comes in for Sthn Districts to 50. What makes this Sthn District team so good? I haven't really seen them all season because a lot of their games are played out at their home ground, and but they are a tough side, aren't they?
I think the stability in the coaching staff, Charlie, is a factor. Shannon Rusker there, he's been there for a few years now. But when they're able to bring in recruits like Matthew Payne, who's an absolute gun midfielder in the NEFL, and they've also got some great youngsters in Marcus Hamilton, Zane Carter and Michael Bowden. So they've got a good mix. They've got a stable coaching team, and they're out in front, and deservedly so.
So the Eagles from the back pocket up towards VV, slides at the footy. Did he take the mark? Yes, he did. Neil VV, good Thunder player. He's matured. He started off, he just got the feeling in the first season and a half that the game was a little foreign to him, but he's really taken to it. He got that across to Aaron Motlop. Motlop will go back with a short kick. Erlinson
He's been sensational for Wanderers, Charlie, over this whole season, so he'd be right up there, I would have thought, in the best and fairest count for them.
Who's that?
Jared Erlinson.
Yeah, he has. He's been terrific play. We saw another Erlinson playing today. In the previous game, the kick goes forward from up towards Joel Cabillo. And up towards half forward. Big climb at the back there was Shannon Motlop.
He is Shannon Motlop. Our team sheet's telling me differently.
Well, it's definitely him.
Well, that's a big plus for them.
So kick inside 50 here for Southern Districts, and Wanderers under some pressure to try and clear this ball out of there. Can't get it away. Stolen by Southern Districts. They can go forward with a shot right at the goal. Reckon they've kicked it. Early goal to them. Come off the boot there. Who kicked that? Might have been... Well, it wasn't Paper Talk, was it? Might have been Paper Talk.
Us too.
And Christian Paper Talk's kicked the goal. There he is, right in the goal square.
It's a high five from William Farah. Give it to me next time.
So good start for Southern Districts.
Yep, first team to get on the scoreboard. And being out there this morning, Charlie, the winner is actually favouring that side. So it's traditionally going towards the airport end. But with the wind factor today, and we do have flags, it is pushing to the left side.
So kick there goes forward off the boot of Wall. So Southern Districts seem to get that down there pretty easily into their forward line. Wanderers to try and clear it out towards the 50-metre line and over.
Interesting. People will see on their screens the 50-metre arcs have 100, number 100 written on them. So I wonder if players are going to start claiming they've kicked a 100-metre goal because of that fact. But I have no doubt it's in relation to the 100 years of celebrating NT footy.
So it's inside the Southern District 50-metre line, and that's where they're going to keep it. High up and under kick. Jerome Motlop at the back. Waits for it to come to ground. It didn't. He goes looking for it again. Gets his hands on it. Got the handball out wide. Chance here for the Eagles to clear through Hartog. And now they've got it, and they can run this. They can bring it out wide. Henry Owen from the half-back line up towards the wing. It's a good kick. Jump from the back. High work done by Gavin Durkase, just the youngster. That's him with the footy. Handball goes over the top. Southern District's back there working in numbers. Ed Barlow doing some good work off the boot this time of McGough into the back pocket with the searching kick. And they'll bring it out wide now by Carl Barker to the centre of the ground. VV runs through the middle here at Marara. Short kick. He's got some options. He had 3 to go to. Somehow he got it there. Effort was pretty good to smother that to ground. Dingo doing some good work in defence. He's had a pretty torrid week. Ball knocked out here towards the boundary line and seen over in the end. Yeah,
it's just an array of errors there, but great work there by Ed Barlow by Southern Districts. He had Derek's measure there for a big guy. He kept going for 3 and 4 efforts to win the footy.
So throw in here. Wanderers have it in their forward line. Hurried kick. Came out by Hamilton, rolls to the middle of the ground. Eagles will get there first. Some good run by Samuel Christie in the ABC Player of the Week Dream Team last week. In the half-back line, he was a very, very good player for them.
He did a stellar job on Ross Tonga-Talam last week. I don't think Ross kicked any goals.
And kick across here for the Eagles. John O'Miles, long way out from goals. Short kick, he's going to turn it over. And in defence, strong mark taken. The Wall, James Wall, good place to be if your name's Wall. Cross half-back. Lionel Ogden.
Great hands.
Terrific mark taken out there by Turner. So we've seen that already here from Southern District's ability to run from behind the ball carriers. McGregor's kick down. What about Farah down there? I think he's on 92 goals. He needs 8 today. This is a depleted Wanderers side. It might not be beyond him, Jared.
No, not at all. He's certainly kicked that number of goals in one game during this year, so he's certainly capable. It's all up to the midfield, Charlie. If they can get it to his advantage or just pop it up in front of him, he's got that impressive leap that can take the hanger.
So it was a rush behind, but I think Southern District's going to be on the end of a free kick here. Yes, this is a real depleted Wanderers side. You're right, those big guns, those big names are not there. And I suppose it's the worst team you can actually put out against Southern Districts heading into the finals. We are at round 16, just a couple of games to go after this before we head into the finals. The ball here in the hands of Henry R. Moore. So he's going to kick from 50. Gets close to the 50-metre line, lines up and kicks the goal. Good goal.
Yeah, great goal. Just leaned back on that. It was nice and smooth, and the contact with the footy was nice and clean. And went straight through the middle, Charlie, for Southern District's second goal. Wanderers yet to score.
Good win to Darwin in the earlier game by 3 points. They held on. It was an amazing game of footy, wasn't it?
Heartbreaking if you're a TIO Bombers fan, Charlie. It's they lost by 1 point last week and 3 points today, and I think that's starting to shape the top 5 for the finals, and that certainly puts Buffaloes in a commanding position leading into the finals.
But I reckon it's the death knell for the TIO Bombers. I reckon that's it for them. They can't. They were a win and percentage back. Now they're 2 wins and percentage back. Yeah, that's right. And no doubt Willie Rioli as the coach is going to be pulling his hair out, actually, considering how many losses they've had by less than a kick. There must be at least 3, do you think?
Yeah, that's right.
And if they'd have won, I mean, I was thinking to worked it out today, if they'd won a couple of those, they would have found themselves in like 3rd position.
Oh, great mark by Shannon.
Shannon Motlop with one hand. He kicked that winning goal last week, didn't he? Running around. Was it last week or the week before?
It was last week, Charlie.
Gee, it seemed such a long time ago, but TIO Bombers stood off him and he said, thanks, I'll kick a goal.
Yeah, and that was also at the Gardens Oval. That one, you could just see that unfolding, couldn't you? He was sneaking around the back, and he'd been damaging all day, just haven't had quite kicked all his goals, but that kick was super. See if this one's on target.
He's on the big lefty, offhand through for a minor score. And Daniel Motlop still not playing. Aaron's playing. Thomas is playing.
Yeah, you're right. You called it last week. Daniel's just prepping for the finals. So interesting move, but he's certainly an experienced player.
So Southern Districts come out of half-back, kick it out towards the wing, rolling ball. Wanderers in back position down there. Was Brenton Bading. Don't think we've seen him this year, Bading.
He's come into the team this week as well.
Through McLaughlin, centre of the ground.
Tackle from behind.
Big tackle. And that's a late hit. Jerome Motlop got in there very late. Down towards the 50-metre line goes Southern District. They shrug the tackle. Going forward there by Henry R. Moore. Right to the goal line. Handball across to Cannard goal.
Great team play there by Southern Districts, and the tackling's just been ferocious. And Charlie McAdam took a pretty heavy hit, but he got straight back on his feet. And Henry Armour just showing some class there and just ducking underneath the tackle. And great team play by William Farrer to handball to Matthew Kennard for his first. Matty Kennard, a Nichols medalist, Charlie, and a premiership player, and he's been a stalwart for the Southern Districts Footy Club over a long period of time.
He's been around such a long time. I remember him winning that Nichols medal too. That same night he won the ABC Player of the Year, so he had a big night out and he thoroughly deserved his win. Great to be a Nichols medal winner, as you would well know. So Districts now trying to work it away through Henry Armour. He's had plenty of it already, overrunning the footy. Marcus Hamilton down towards half forward for Southern District. They can't scramble a kick away. Big tackle. Handball comes out towards Cannard. He goes to ground. Handball over the top was done by McGinniskin. Whistle goes. Free kick picked out. It's going to be a Southern District's free kick. So they'll put all the pressure on here.
Certainly dominating the centre clearances, Charlie. They're just getting that ball out of there too easy. And a thumping kick.
And Goff hits the post. Long way up too, didn't he? Wow.
Thumping kick by Ryan McGough. It's certainly the goal scoring end.
So Braden McLean has had a couple of good games in recent times. He's got the job back there. At fullback. He just gets the kicking duties often. What's on offer here for the Eagles? Henry Owen out there by him. Well, Owen Henry rather out there by himself.
Straight down the middle to big Jonathan Miles as the ruckman couldn't quite hang on to that.
Had a go for it. cleaned up by Marcus Hamilton, brings it back into the forward line. Where's Farah? They can't get clear footy to him yet. Short kick is out straight into the hands of Thomas Motlop. Had a good chat with him on radio today with his dad Mo and his brother Marlon joining us from Adelaide. Kick up towards the wing. Durkay, Kevin Durkay, famous name.
Absolutely.
Dingo, one hand, got his hands on it, dropped it. Chance for Erlinson to clean up. Handball to the runner. Wanderers to go forward here. This is Owen Henry. Goes to the top of the goal square. Mark taken. Good kick. Nicely done. Delayed the kick and then gave it off to Shannon Motlop. Said thanks very much. And the North Melbourne Premiership player in the AFL kicks a goal for the Eagles.
Doesn't muck around, Charlie. That trusty left foot. Great kick by Owen Henry, I should say. And just popped it up to the advantage side of Shannon Motlop. He gets on the board for Wanderers' first goal, nice and early.
So 3 goals to Districts. Been pretty good.
This is where the Wanderers side needs to sort of lock down, Charlie, in the centre clearances. See how they set up. They're certainly backing in there, ruckman Jonathan Miles. See how it unfolds.
He did get the tap down that time, did it pretty well.
And having Capillo in there certainly helps as well. So, square the ledger.
Ball gathered in by Justin Smart. Goes for goal right on the goal line. Southern Districts got back to touch. Reduce the 6 points back to a minor score. This is McLaughlin out towards the wing. It's going to roll right away. Jono Miles out there again. He's the rover today. I think he ran over the line. He wasn't very happy with it. He did all the hard work, the big galloper, and he said he's had to send it back, and now he has to do some ruck work for his sins.
That's right. He couldn't quite squeeze inside the white line.
So 3-2 to 1-2. Southern District's early ascendancy here. 14 minutes gone first term. Round 16 of the NTFL from Marara. Jared Eilert joining us here. Wherever you are, hope you're enjoying it. Joel Cabillo doing some good work. Eagles get it up to Vivi. Vivi goes around the body. Tom Motlop wins it at half forward off the right boot. Puts it high. Bouncing ball. Front position down there, Barker. Barker's terrific defender for Southern Districts. Simon Bates with a snapshot for goal and kicks it. Simon Bates caught in the tackle and slung and banged it away and kicked the goal.
He was on the right side for him, Charlie, which is, of course, his left side. And a great kick under pressure. He's just been a classy player for Wanderers as well. He's super quick. He's lifted his game in terms of the efficiency with his skills, and nice goal from Bates.
Do you know one thing say about Wanderers? Even if they're depleted, they love playing when their back's against the wall. They love it when they're playing as the underdogs. It's almost like they want to be the underdogs. Well, they're certainly underdogs today, but they will tough it out, won't they?
Well, they've certainly shown that a number of times, Charlie. None more so last year, where they come from basically sixth position to win every game in the finals and knock off St Mary's in the grand final.
Jared Erlinson tried to get out of the middle, but Southern Districts win it. What can they bring in here? Nothing. Gets to 50. Eagles to do the good defensive work. Knock it to ground. Districts get to it, though. McGuinness in there, whistle goes. Wanderers going to win the free kick.
Yeah, he's in two minds there, whether the kick or handball, and he got stung.
Joel Cabillo gave it off to Tom Motlop. The look away handball over the back, got it to Braden McLean. Had it from half back, straight into the hands of Joel Cabillo. Wanderers with a kick up forward. Nice mark taken. They've been busy today. Shannon Motlop, he's got a day out. He'd understand his responsibility today because he's been around such a long time. He's a senior player and he must do his bit. Fish from the back was Keegan Dingo and knocks it defensively away for a minor score.
Exactly right, Charlie. If he can just stamp his authority on this game, and he's starting to do that obviously with an early goal and 3 marks now, the younger players get in behind that. They actually get some energy, get some confidence, and they start playing a little bit better and backing themselves in.
McGough kicks out very wide to the wing on that far side. The Eagles there doing the hard work through Josh Cabillo. And now it comes away. Ed Barlow, big, strong, powerful player, kicks it up towards half forward. Ball knocked to ground. Cannard comes from the back. A bit of a swinging arm in there.
Starting to dominate possession, Wanderers. That kick was a bit of a kick and hope.
Turned it over, didn't it? Lionel Ogden, great defender for Southern Districts. Linked up through Armour. Armour's kicked to centre half forward. Tom Motlop cuts it off at centre half back. Goes for Vivi with a searching kick, bounces it. Neil Vivi, along the wing he goes on the grandstand side and finds the goal kicker Simon Bates. He's going to go backwards. They'll reload the Eagles.
They're not afraid of doing that, Charlie, of using every inch of grass on the footy field.
Christie did some work, but McAdam won it best and kicked it down towards half forward, rolls over for a boundary line throw in. So score check here, Southern District 3-2, Eagles 2-3. Just 5 points in it, and we've played 17, nearly 18 minutes of the first term. You're watching the footy, wherever you are, from Marara Oval in Darwin or TIO Stadium. Good handball came out of there. Sam Christie doing plenty of that work in defence again to the middle. Jumping over the top, Keelan Fijo. Keegan Dingo onto the footy. Wins it in the centre circle. Powers it up forward. It was a good kick from him to Kennard. Knocked away from Kennard. Assistance came from McGough. Down there, Dingo again. Dingo will kick a goal if we're not careful. He's kicked it down towards Farah. And rolls towards the pocket. The Eagles might be able to get out of trouble here, unless they kick it to Keegan Dingo, which is a chance. He was outmarked that time. Well done, the Eagles. Handball off quickly. McLean runs from half back up towards the wing. The Eagles go in the middle. If they want to look there, they'll find Jerome Motlop. He's still by himself. They can't get it to him. It's with Aaron Motlop out on that far side from the wing. They want Shannon Motlop, but he couldn't get there. He's too late. Strong mark in defence.
Michael Bowden just chopping it off there. They wanted Motlop. He's on fire at the moment, but nicely read by Bowden.
Bowden's kick good too. Came off hands out there. Lionel Ogden at the footy. Over on the wing on the far side. Under the scoreboard. 3-2 plays 2-3. Ticking up the 20 minutes first term.
Some good matchups, Charlie. We've got Wheatra on Farah. And so far, Farron hasn't had a clean run at the footy yet. Might come from this passage of play.
That's what you want, players coming downfield to get into a little bit of space, don't you, to be able to set that kick up. Here's the handball and go over the top. It is well done, the Eagles, to smother it across half-back and then get the kick away. Umpires picked a free kick out of it. I think it's going to be is it a free kick? It's going to come back. Eagles had control of it. The umpire says, no, it has to come back. It's going to be a free kick. It's Bading, I think, that's going to get it in defence. Yes, it is. Brenton Bading. And delivered nicely to Joel Cabillo. So Joel Cabillo, cross half back or just forward of. The kick came off the side of the boot and he was lucky to keep it in the field of play. Jerome Motlop couldn't believe his misfortune. Didn't get anywhere near him.
He was on then, wasn't he? He was out in space. Right in the hard lead.
So Keegan Dingo with a bit of a roving commission. You can see normally in defence we saw him running through the middle. He's now playing as a ruck rover down here if they can tap it towards him. Keeping a close eye on him is Hartog. VV with the knockdown. Owen Henry looking for the footy, left it behind. Dingo waits for it, he won't get it. VV emerges with the footy, scrambles the kick out of the pretty congested pack out on the wing. Big Ed Barlow wins it, cross half back. Links it up through McAdam. Charlie McAdam off the left boot. Spearing kick up the corridor was good. Found Turner. Turner a little further out. He goes wide and gives it off to Hamilton. And Hamilton even further. Down towards the pocket. And Kennard with the footy. Kicked, was amongst their better players, I think, last week. Matt Kennard, inspirational player, kicked a few goals for them.
He generally is, Charlie. And Ed Barlow, again, for Southern Districts, just reading the play, just dropping back and filling the hole. And if Wanderers won the footy, he was the only player that they could kick to. And he's transferred the play pretty quickly across to McAdam. And now they've got on the fat side with an opportunity for Matt Kennard.
So Kennard's normally a fairly good kick at the goals, hits the post. And Keegan Dingo stands alone back there inside the defensive 50 arc.
He plays that role so well. He's, I guess he was in the headlines this week, considering the visit to the tribunal, but he got off, and he's so important for the defence of Southern Districts.
So had he been rubbed out for 3 matches, he would have had a lifetime ban, and that didn't eventuate. Genniskin doing some of the work there across the wing. Oh, he got in the back. He did. He gave away a free kick. Umpire Ashley Menakaris having a close eye on it. Bates tried to play on. McGinniskin was awake to him and knocked it to ground. Paper Talk's kick inside 50. Eagles to clean up. Tom Motlop across half back. And he did okay too and measured it out there to Quinton Hartog.
I'm just getting a handle on this game, Charlie. They've controlled most of the possession for the last sort of 10 minutes and starting to turn the tide a bit. Southern District certainly had control in the first 10.
Now what's the umpire done here? Maybe he's reset the mark, has he? Because certainly Hartog has the free kick as he had 30 seconds ago. It's the old Wanderers trick. Someone runs from behind around the player who's got the ball in his hand, get the handball.
It's trademark.
You worry when you just see players running with their head over the ball, as you saw there from Ed Barlow. There he is again. He's still got his head down. He's big enough to take a bump, though, but he does carry it over the boundary line. So almost quarter time here. Interesting first quarter of footy. We expected Southern Districts to power away. Wanderers said not today. 3-3 to 2-3.
Yeah, you're right, Charlie. There's some big players out there too. So the umpire, though, they're there on the spot, protecting the player with the head over the footy.
Keelan Fijo, Dingo got the handball away. Simon Bates wants a bit of it, can't get it. Now it'll get to Bates. Emerges from a pack of players, send it down towards the dangerous Motlop. Gets it at the back. Shannon Motlop, goal, thank you very much. He's put him in with another one. Shannon Motlop, he's having a big day out. It's been a big first quarter from the veteran, if I can call him that.
He certainly is the veteran, Charlie, and just no more experience than that. He's just a little nudge out on his opponent to allow the football to fall over the back, and he knew there was no one behind him, so all he had to do was eliminate his opponent, get the footy on the bounce at the back, and another left foot snap for his second.
I was just trying to pick him up back there. He's oh, there he is. He's down at full forward. So the Eagles and Southern Districts are all tied up close to quarter time. 3-3 apiece, and number 33 for Southern District's Paper Talk. Got a little touch out of the middle, this time in the hands of Henry Armour. Kicks it down to centre half forward. Good kick from him, got over the back. Wanderers with the clean up, Mitchell Taylor. Spreads it out wide, hoping for Braden McLean to get to it. He does get it, Braden McLean. Kick is good to Jerome Motlop. One hand, takes the mark. Polished player. Mitchell Taylor wants it at about 15 metres away. It's a kick by Jerome Motlop up the wing. Dingo with his hands on it knocks it away. Dingo up there, and Michael Bowden, the number 8. He's just growing into a big player now, isn't he? Bowden, tall, starting to fill out a little bit. You have to look at him a couple of times to realise which one he is.
Yeah, he had a season with the Thunder last year too, Charlie, so he'll be well and truly in a better position on the back of that.
So good quarter of footy. It's 3-3 apiece at quarter time. Jared, give some thoughts.
Yeah, well, like I said, Southern District certainly in control in the first half of that quarter, where just they were dominating the centre clearances and getting all the forward attacking movement. Goals to Paper Talk, Armour and Kennard. So we haven't seen William Farrer hit the score sheet yet. But Wanderers were able to even the ledger there by starting, I think, Cabillo into the midfield and Jonathan Miles into the ruck, starting to win the footy. And Shannon Motlop, on the back of his efforts, getting the Wanderers back in the game.
If we can trust the scoreboard attendant, we can tell you that the scores are level here at quarter time. Southern District 3-3, the Eagles 3-3.
Weather is part of life in the Territory. It's unpredictable when it comes and in what it leaves behind. That's why Territorians need the right insurance cover for their home and contents. Local knowledge is important. Talk to TIO about Territory home insurance for Territory conditions. So before it happens, call 131-TIO or visit tiofi.com.au. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Amart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes are your business, Amart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
1300 kilonewton centrifugal force, infrared remote control.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's high gear we get in, but also its service details, its safety checks. I don't know.
It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce, coffee white with 1 bun with icing, no pink icing.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Jade.
Tom! Play on, Matty, straight out! Spin around another metre. Good girl. Good girl. Hey, eyes on the footy, let's make the ball. Play on! All clear.
Boys, we've got a real big problem. It belongs to you, it belongs to me, it belongs to everybody. I'm talking about family violence. It's time we said no more to family violence, isn't it? Yeah. Think about it.
We've all got to say no more to family violence.
No more! Family violence is a community problem and it needs a community response from all of us, and sport is a big part of that. But we can all do our bit by being more respectful to each other. Please make this year the year.
My housemate woke me up to ask where my car was. Turns out we left the front door unlocked and someone helped themselves.
Protect yourself against crime. A momentary lapse is all it takes, even if you are home.
It's pure chance and quicker to steal keys than to hotwire a car. People make it easy and leave keys, bags and wallets laying around with unlocked doors.
Don't be the one to get caught out. A community announcement by TIO, Crime Stoppers and the National Motor Vehicle Theft Reduction Council.
Patrons are reminded that TIO Stadium is strictly a non-smoking venue and that patrons wishing to smoke must use the areas provided.
So teams out there, Southern Districts and Wanderers with their respective coaches. We're back to where we were when it all started, 3-3 apiece at quarter time. I think we can get down to Kieran Davis, who's been listening into those huddles. Kieran.
Yeah, I went down to the Wanderers huddle, had to listen to Dean Rioli. He had 2 main messages. First, they have to look out for Keegan Dingo, Ed Barlow and the Southern Districts ruckman, who are just sitting behind the play and really mopping up a lot of the errant kicks from the Wanderers. Also, he wanted them to learn a bit from Marcus Totham, from the youngster, where when he gets the ball on the ground, he'll pick it up and flick it off straight away. He reckons the Wanderers have been too hesitant with their possession and he wants them to get to move the ball quicker.
Gee, that's a big call on young Marcus Totham.
Leading the way, Charlie. But it's for a team like Wanderers, you got to give the first give because they are just a forward momentum team, and if you don't and you burn it and it turns over, you get caught out.
Give us your thoughts on these two coaches and going head to head. Dean Rioli up against Shannon Rusker.
Yeah, both ex-AFL players, Charlie. Obviously, Dean Rioli played a few more games than Shannon, but they know territory footy, and certainly they'll be testing each other out in preparation for the finals. And some of the better players for Wanderers in that first quarter, Shannon Motlop, Josh Cabillo, Jared Erlinson and Justin Smart. For Southern Districts, Henry Armour, Lionel Ogden, Christian Papertalk and Dingo, as Dean Rioli addressed at quarter time with his troops.
Well, the boys from the bush, they reckon they're a chance to win the flag this year, Southern Districts. They'd want to flex a little bit of muscle in this game here, playing a undermanned Wanderers outfit, but we did mention that during the first quarter. They're a dangerous side, the Eagles, when you ride them off.
Absolutely, they creep up on you and get the job done. But a few matchups out of that first quarter too, Charlie. Braden McLean on Matty Kennard. I think that's a great matchup, and see if that can continue for the rest of the game. Daniel Wheatra on William Farrer. Wheatra doing the job so far. Farrer hasn't had a shot on goal. And Fijo on McAdam. So some interesting matchup.
John O'Miles wins the tap down. VV in there with the following division. What do you make of that? He's probably playing as a ruck rover, isn't he, to John O'Miles? Normally does a lot of ruck work himself, the number 16.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because he allows the main ruckman to have a rest. So interesting call to put him on ball, maybe to work on his fitness, Charlie, in preparation for finals.
Erlinson comes out of the middle and they can run forward. Owen Henry's driving kicks a beauty. And that's Josh Cabillo on a big charge, takes the mark inside 50.
Jeez, he just steamrolled out of that centre, goal square, didn't he? And didn't have to break stride. Great kick by Henry Owen.
So you see him there mark that, Josh Cabillo. He does that. He goes back. He still looks where the man on the mark is. And then he marks a mark in front of him, probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 metres in front of him. It's an odd thing. Let's see if he actually kicks it from there. So that mark is probably 6 metres in front of him. Yeah, that's where he's going to kick from. And he gives it a real roost. Oh, big climb at the back and a sensational mark right back at the back. What a screamer. Who is that down there? Goodness me, let's have a look.
Would it be Smart? He's certainly got some hops on him.
It is. Justin Smart. Wow, what a climb. He's the new player for the Eagles. Haven't seen much of him this year. He's clever, if he's nothing else, but he's a flyer as well. That was a super mark. Justin Smart, point-blank range, angle a little tough, kicks the goal, puts the Eagles in front by that score. It took a big mark, and it was a big goal. He kicked it in the end.
Yeah, he steadied. He got the job done. Quite often after a mark like that, you get a little bit wobbly in front of goals, Charlie, because everyone has gone up in a roar and everyone's looking at you and there's a bit of pressure. But he's certainly a quality player. I have information that he was involved with the Crows down in Adelaide, and he's certainly been a handy pickup for the Wanderers Footy Club.
So that's their 4th goal of the match. Puts them out in front by a goal. Kieran Davis is on the boundary. We'll be checking in with him throughout the match. Jared Eilert with me here in our broadcast box, the TIO Stadium in Darwin. Top of the table. It's the top team. It's not a top of the table clash, but it's the top team, Southern Districts. The Crocodiles up against the reigning premiers, Wanderers. Hartog gave a handball back, linked it up back through there. Henry Owen goes forward with the kick, lands on the ground. I've seen Southern Districts exposed here a couple of times. Here's Keegan Dingo from the back line, and they can be made to look a little slow because that's the sort of game they play. It's not real run-on footy, is it?
No, that's right. They play to structures, and that's one of the key points that the coaching staff has. And we see Wanderers again moving forward. Smart.
Oh, what a pickup, and an absolutely decked after. He might get a second shot out of this. He's kicked the goal, and then I reckon he got decked. Now, the umpire can give him another kick, can't he?
He certainly can. If there's enough time in between or after the kick, he can certainly have another shot at goal. But it's going on report. The umpire's bringing out the book from his sock.
Why shouldn't that be another kick?
I mean, I don't know if there's enough time. It's certainly within the play, but the umpire is sending it to the match review panel.
Gee, oh well. He's going to come off, I think. He might have a blood rule. So he certainly got hit high and heavy. But he kicked the goal.
He's a super player.
And Wanderers take it out further. Who dared write them off? So Jerome Motlop comes on after Justin Smart went off after taking a super mark and kicking a goal, and then getting another one and getting decked and kicking a goal. Ball held up in the middle.
Well, the first 4 minutes, Charlie, it's been the Smart show. Hopefully he can get fixed up, get sorted and get back on the field. I'm sure Dean Rioli wants it.
John O'Miles rucked pretty well there. Scramble kick by Hartog didn't work. Vivi emerges with it. Goes down towards Dingo. He got his hands on the foot. He knocked it clearly away. Out towards the boundary line. His diving effort was spectacular but not effective.
He's got all the tricks, doesn't he, Jerome Motlop? He's get the ball back.
This is Jerome Motlop's kick. It is good and knocked towards the boundary line.
Yeah, a little flick back through the legs on the boundary line, and the ball ends up back in his hands.
Now Farah, he looks a lonely figure down there, standing in the shade of the light pole. Throw in, deep in the Wanderers forward line here, tapped down by VV. The ruck rover who does some of the rucking as well. Shannon Motlop, interested in picking the footy up, didn't. And rushed towards the boundary line again. Tom Motlop gets in, tried to get a kick through a couple of players coming at him, wasn't able to get his boot to it, and it goes over the boundary line. Tom Motlop there and Keegan Dingo as well.
Two quality defenders. It's been spoken about before that Wanderers and Dean Rioli as the coach has put a big emphasis on team defence, total team defence. So it's certainly working for him this season.
No, Jared Brennan, what have you heard about that? He's been an outstanding player, isn't he, for District State? Here's Vivi's kick under pressure is going to go out of bounds on the full.
Yeah, I think, Charlie, there was a loss in the family, so he's out this week. So, again, condolences. But, yeah, that's why he's not playing today.
That's some sad news. Here's the kick right across the defensive line. Josh Cabillo getting there all too late. The kick was millimetre perfect in the end. Short here to Barker. Been good this fellow this year. So now he tripped over. He fell over. He slipped over, and Josh Cabillo might have went forward when he looked like he was going to play on. Then he slipped, and then the umpire hadn't called play on, so he was penalised 50 metres. It was just a string of unfortunate circumstances for Josh Cabillo.
Yeah, very unlucky.
So Barker from the centre line kick inside the 50. Farah, big fly at the back. Mitch Taylor will clean up. Reads it nicely. Delivery was good across the half-back line. Gave it off to Joel Cabillo. To McLean. Owen Henry the target. He waits at the back. Will he get to the footy? Yes, he did. Very well.
Just running waves, don't they, Charlie? Just linking up.
Yeah, that's what they do. They just get 3 or 4 running forward and then get a player one out and then someone at the ground level and another player running past like that. It's a simple plan. It's nice when it works. District's equal to it on this occasion, as they have been most of the year, but this is cut off by Thomas Motlop. And the usage of the ball so quick. We talked about this earlier on in the season. There's not a team in the competition that's faster by hand and foot than what Wanderers are.
Yeah, absolutely right. And the only one that matches them for speed and probably is better in that area is Darwin Buffaloes.
We saw that today from They were lucky to escape with that win. That final score in the end from that match was Darwin Buffaloes 13-16 to the Tiwi Bombers 13-13. So this shot from out on the boundary line, a long way out, hard up against the boundary line. In fact, this is Jerome Motlop. So he got the skills to kick a goal. He misses to the near side. In fact, he missed everything. Kicked it out of bounds on the full.
Tight angle. But just going back to the run and running in numbers, running in waves, Mitchell Taylor on that last play actually kicked the ball out from the back 50 to start that movement. And he ends up linking up and getting the ball and kicking it into the forward 50. So they back themselves in, Charlie.
Okay. Moore. Kick to goal. to the middle. They got an extra player sitting in the middle all by himself, and it's Liam McGregor. That's a great kick to McGinniskin. Takes the mark inside 50. Hard to stop that. The build-up was good.
He snuck through the middle, didn't he? The Southern Districts player. Nice, clean skills. Advantage side for his teammate in McGuinness Skin. And he has an opportunity to get on the scoreboard.
So Dane McGinniskin crosses 50. Directly down in front of us here. Hartog on the mark. Bangs away with the left boot. Hit it nicely. And hit the post.
I think it's their third poster, Charlie.
Get a run of those. There were a couple in the earlier matches. I wonder how many there are in a decade. Jared, see if you can work that out.
Can we get a stat on that one, please?
Right around Australia, every game, from junior level up to the AFL. How many times they hit the post? So 3-4 to 5-3. Wanderers in front on the back of two stunning goals from Justin Smart. At the top of this third term, ball safely over the boundary line.
Battle of strength there from James Wall for Southern Districts and Neil Vivi. They go back at it in the ruck. See who can get the upper hand.
So Hartog chases McGinniskin, who runs down in towards the forward line. Vivi rucking in front. Tapped it down to Paper Talk. He's going to kick along the boundary line. What's Farah? Takes the mark. No, he doesn't. Whistle's gone anyway. Might have been a little bit of holding on from Hartog, so McGinniskin's going to get the free kick. Farah got high for that.
He's had 2 cracks at it now, and that's going to be major for his confidence in this game because he hasn't had that opportunity in the first quarter.
Kennard tried to sneak off and get a front position for a mark, but McGinniskin off the left boot. He's not going to get a goal from that. Farah's a chance here. Off hands, knocks it to the goal line, and then rushed over for a point. No. Eagles to get out of trouble.
Keep
They'll
the ball
do that
alive every time, won't they?
Sam Christie up towards the wing. Dingo on the big run. Tapped it to ground. Did Keegan Dingo. Eagles to gather in though. They did pretty well. That was Duncan Sthn. Loses it to the boundary line. 5-3 Wanderers leading Southern District 3-4. 11 minutes gone second term. Round 16 of the NTFL from the TIO Stadium. Beautiful day for footy. It's a wet season. It's hot out there, Jared. Were you playing out there earlier today?
I was. I'm cramping at the moment.
That's why you stand up. You must have had plenty of the ball. That's a poor kick in the end. Misses everything, goes out of bounds. How'd you go?
No, we played in Div 1 and we lost, unfortunately, to Nightcliff.
Nightcliff.
Yeah, and certainly the fitness levels aren't where they used to be.
Saints play finals this year, Div 1?
I think the boys have to win next week. Otherwise, it's going to be touch and go.
Okay, speaking of next week, Wanderers have got Palmerston, Southern District's got Tiwi. So Tiwi, on my reckoning, their chances of playing in the finals evaporated today on that loss. They had the ball in the last minute of the game going forward, and they mucked it up. They just mucked around with shorthand. They didn't play smart. I was talking to Austin Wanamiri last week about their game, and he said we didn't play smart, and you could say the same today, really.
Yeah, just missed opportunities. It's going to be that season. I think that's going to be the tagline for the Tiwi Bombers, unfortunately.
Vivi in space. Goes down towards the pocket. Good defensive work. Knocks towards the boundary line and over.
Vivi's really lifted his work rate this quarter. He's playing on ball. He's playing in the ruck. He's certainly getting his hands on the footy. He's such a versatile type of player.
So Southern Districts in 13 minutes of footy, the team that leads the competition have added 1 point. Wanderers have added a couple of goals. When the scoreboard dries up, means you've got some work to do. Here's Owen Henry.
Oh, Barker, well done.
Barker had to get back and did it well.
Yeah, Wanderers haven't allowed Districts to play their structures. They haven't allowed them to get out into space and create that turnover. So their defensive organisation at the moment is top class.
Bowden stretches, tested the hamstrings of Kennard, made him go down and pick it up on the half volley. He did it successfully. And then the ball pushed down towards the half forward line, but over for a boundary line throw in.
And again, Charlie, just going back to that point that Southern Districts had to play that
will take the ball in that play wide, and now they've ended up with the boundary thrown deep on that far side on the 50-metre line, so they haven't actually got the ball inside the 50 as yet.
So tap to Erlinson from Vivi, who was third man up, I reckon. And the kick cut off out there on the wing. Southern Districts have it just inside the field of play. They want it kicked on towards McAdam. It's not where it's going to go. Erlinson, another chance here for the Eagles. Wanderers come away with it from the wing out there.
Bates, speed.
Bates tucks it under the arm and off he goes. It's like a good halfback in rugby league, I reckon. Jerome Motlop, handball over, was pretty good. They're going to go right down into the goal line, and defensive work from Southern Districts superb.
Desperate stuff by Southern Districts defence.
Goal gone begging.
Absolutely. And they've got a bit of an overlap here, Charlie, on that play. Although Jared Erlinson's closing speed is just phenomenal, but a high tackle on that occasion.
It's a little kick by Southern Districts inside their defensive line. They're going to go searching up the middle and take the mark there. That's McGough.
This whistle's going everywhere, Charlie, and we have 50 metres.
So Paper Talk got it, but then he has to hand it over, and 50 metres is the result. So here's a chance for McGough. I don't think he'll be within distance. He'll have to kick this from 50. Good game of footy. Southern District 3-4. The Eagles 5-5. Smart with a couple of goals at the top of this second quarter for the reigning premiers.
Southern Districts really need this. He's certainly in scoring range, Charlie. Thomas Motlos on the mark.
So McGough's directly out in front. Chance here for his team to have their first goal of the second quarter, and they've hit the post again. Is that 4 times in the match?
It is for them, unfortunately.
Extraordinary result. It's a little kick out wide. Wanderers to clear from there. They've done pretty well. Joel Cabillo. Erlinson.
They just love spreading the opposition, don't they? They go far and wide and will chip it back and back themselves in.
Hartog out there. Sees it towards the boundary line.
Is that your phone? Someone ringing you to say congratulations on your 600th
couldn't possibly be
goal? It is too.
Couldn't possibly be me.
Oh, Charlie. 600 games and the old rookie mistake. Don't turn the phone off.
Rushing from one game to the other, that's a problem. Strong marked out in the forward line here. And that's the man we've come to see today, haven't we? Will Farrer takes a terrific mark. 92 for the season.
His first real opportunity at a shot at goal, and Weech has just been wearing him like a glove.
He's likely to become the 4th player from Southern Districts to kick 100, isn't he?
Yeah, it's Wedding, Cupido, and Atkins, I believe.
Yeah,
Are they
Atkins,
3?
that's right. So Farrer, 92, kicks at goal, and he misses. So he stays stuck on 92. He'll get more opportunities, though, you would think.
Is that in your Charlie's footy quiz? Did I get that one right?
No, not sure that was in there. So a long kick out wide there, and at the back, some good cleaning up done by Christian Papertalk. Just good to see him back in the side for Southern Districts. He's been a key player for them, out for quite a long time now. Mitchell Taylor at the back for the Eagles got the tap down. They're inside defensive 50. Wanderers desperate to clear the footy. They get it to the centre of the ground, only to see Dingo down to get to the footy, but he couldn't control it. Knocked it forward. Gave a chance here for Wanderers to take it deep down in their forward line. Josh Cabillo onto the footy, bangs away at goal. Terrific kick at goal, and I reckon he's put that straight through the middle. Josh Cabillo gets his first of the match, and the Eagles, unbelievably, have kicked the only 3 goals of this second term, and they take a big lead here halfway through the second quarter.
Absolutely right, Charlie. We've seen most of the play in the Southern District's forward line, but that occasion, Josh Cabillo just demanded in his strength just to hold that front position, keep his feet. He tapped the ball to his advantage, able to scoop it up, and that's the versatility that he has. He can take a big mark, but he also can rove it like a small player, and a bit of a mongrel punt, but went straight through. Doesn't matter how they go through, Charlie, as long as they go through.
Well, Southern Districts have some work to do here because it's all Wanderers at the moment in this second term. They're controlling the game all around the park. John O'Miles doing the ruck work. Sthn wanted a little bit for the Eagles, didn't get all. There was a high hit there on Duffy. He's going to draw a free kick. Out wide towards Wall. They're building slowly, Southern Districts. Surely those alarm bells will be going off for Southern Districts roundabout now, wouldn't they? Farah gets pushed out of it's going to get a free kick. He certainly lets the umpire know it when he gets the slightest little push.
Oh.
He held front position, he got a tiny push and he went some 5 metres forward. Amazing.
His athleticism works for him in more ways than one, Charlie. So if he's up in the air and he gets a little tap, he can go flying.
And if you try to emulate that, the degree of difficulty is about 9.
Yes.
It's almost impossible. So here he is, the sharpshooter. Will Farah kicks his first for the match. It's come a long way deep into the match. 20 minutes almost gone in the second term before he kicks his first goal. And he's got 93 for the season.
Yep, some districts certainly needed that goal, and I think you were right, Charlie. The coach's box would have been fuming at that particular point in time. But Farah gets one back, reduces the margin to 2 goals.
4-6 to 6-5, Wanderers in front. So 2 goals, Southern Districts can put their noses in front. Yes, just repeating, sorry Jared, that game earlier on, 13-13, Tiwi Bombers beaten by Darwin, 13-16. Darwin kicked 2 goals in the last quarter, Tiwi Bombers kicked 5 and just failed to get there. The siren beat them. Now the scramble kick comes out of the middle. Up towards half forward. Paper talk. Got it, lost it. VV won it instead. Comes away from half forward. Little push out into the hands of Joel Cabillo, and then he came back in trouble. And Keelan Fijo sees it towards the boundary line. You got to be careful when you try to kick the ball off the ground. You get pinged for that kicking danger, don't you?
That's right. He pulled out at the right moment, though.
He thought about it.
Goes on.
He's going to go to the middle. Into the hands of big Ed Barlow. Takes the mark. Ed Barlow, they got him. Nailed. Gone.
Yep.
Wow.
It's too slow.
It was like the lion cub getting the wildebeest.
Oh, great tackle from behind. Needed some more talk, obviously. Joel Cabillo sticking the tackle and making Southern Districts pay.
Erlinson got it from Owen Henry. Wanderers just look good at the moment. They're playing with such confidence. Cabillo in front position. Joel Cabillo got it, lost it, cleaned up by Smart, bangs it goal. He's got 3 for the quarter.
Yeah, he's nothing wrong with him now, Charlie. Great positioning by Cabillo again, and we haven't seen Josh Cabillo play full forward, but his strength and size at the moment certainly given some headaches to Barker as a experienced key defender for them. And he just won the free kick, but Smart in the right position to play on and gets his 3rd.
So are they missing Brennan today, do you think? Is that's what causing them not quite to play up to the standard they normally play, the Crocodiles?
Absolutely. I mean, he's just a class above, and he'd be certainly in the running for the Nichols medal as one of the best players in the competition this year. But what we see is Wanderers just with their speed and confidence to back themselves in with their skills.
McGinniskin came up a long way, took a mark, banged away with the left boot. Farah high over the top, takes a super mark. He almost jumped over the whole person in front of him, didn't he? Goodness
just
me.
Leapfrogged Thomas Motlop, but the whistle went early, Charlie. I think there was a free kick off the footy before Farah launched into that. And Weech was trying to understand it.
So Will Farah with 93 for the season. Kicks another one. He's got 2 today.
Quick reply for Southern Districts, and that's exactly what they needed. Smart just dominating for Wanderers in this quarter. Now we see William Farah getting his name on the score sheet with 2 goals.
So Wanderers flood that defence, don't they? They make it hard to get good, clean ball into Farah, don't they?
Yeah, but the key, Charlie, is quick. So if they can get the clearance out and get someone loose, or just get someone to bang it forward, you can see what Farah can do. But
yeah,
if the ball takes too long to get down to them, then they will flood, and Farah's got to jump 3 or 4 players, not just the one.
Because in front of him,
jump over them.
Well, in front of him's about 40 metres of space now.
Right.
That's where they want the kick. That's what you're saying in a hurry. They've won the kick out of the middle. They want it in a hurry. That's what they're saying. Wanderers haven't pushed back yet. No, it was the wrong man. Now it's gone to Fred Sleeth.
Yep, the space 1-on-1 for Farah to run and jump into.
Here he comes again.
Speed.
Up he goes, very high. Gee, landed on his back. McGuinness got onto the footy. He couldn't get a kick away. But Farah was up there for a long time. Quite the exciting player, isn't he? Little kick to Kennard. So Matt Kennard, this fine servant, gets it over the top. Southern District's on the clean-up. That's it. And a roll away from minor score. I thought that was going to be a goal there for a second. He kicked those ones along the ground. They could go any which way.
Daniel Turner, almost the miracle goal. And that's the beauty of it. Everyone's worried about Farah now. He's got 2 goals next to his name. So 3 players, Aaron Motlop, Braden McLean and Daniel Wheatro, all try to stop him getting the footy.
Yeah.
Turner's at the back and could have made them pay.
Gee, that happens a lot too. Opens up for someone else. Keegan Dingo, hands on the footy. Hartog with the clean-up. Did pretty well. Gave the handball away, Erlinson. Couldn't get it, knocked towards the boundary line and over safely. Seen there by Duncan Sthn.
Pressure's just the pressure level, Charlie, from Southern Districts, and they're tackling, they're harassing, their one-on-one footy by Dingo, Armour. It's just taken it to another level, which has allowed them to get back into this game.
Hamilton got the footy. Whistle went though, so it's not a free kick. It's not a ball to Southern District. It's a free kick to the Eagles, to Miles, who gave it to Erlinson. Comes from the half-back line up towards the wing. Hartog running for the footy, lost towards the boundary line and over. And Hartog gets there late and unnecessarily throws the player into the ground. He's done that a couple of times today, isn't he, Quinton Hartog? Not sure what his story is.
Yeah, there's no need for that. The ball was well and truly dead and over the line. Umpire didn't pick it up.
Mind you, he's getting a fair bit of it, Hartog, I must say. So this is not going to come out. Too many players around that. Yes, it does. They've done pretty well to get it out of there. Sleeth. Wall's kick down towards half forward. Knocked away from Fiddick. There's Fiddick. Around the corner handball. Didn't look. And, of course, it landed in the hands of Tom Motlop going past. The quarter belonged to the Eagles. They were able to come out and kick 4 goals in that quarter to 2. And lead at halftime. Wanderers 7-5, lead Southern Districts 5-7. Jared Otter.
Yeah, better play. Miles worked pretty well to get himself into the game that quarter, as well as Neil Vivi, but Erlinson and Smart and Cabillo just a class above at the moment. Henry Arm was working very hard for Southern Districts, and he needs some more support and needs some more help. Ogden, Paper Talk, Dingo, now Farah that quarter, getting a little bit more of the footy, but there's too few doing all the work for Southern Districts at the moment, and Wanderers' defence is why they're in front.
So it is with the Eagles at halftime. Scores were level at quarter time, and the Eagles came out in that quarter and kicked 4 goals to Southern Districts 2 goals 4, and the Eagles lead at halftime by 10 points. The reigning premiers 7-5, leading Southern Districts 5-7.
Weather is part of life in the Territory. It's unpredictable when it comes and in what it leaves behind. That's why Territorians need the right insurance cover for their home and contents. Local knowledge is important. Talk to TIO about Territory home insurance for Territory conditions. So before it happens, call 131-TIO or visit tiofi.com.au. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Amart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes are your business, Amart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
1300 kilonewton centrifugal force, infrared remote control,
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's hire gear we get in, but also its service details, its safety checks. I know.
It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce. Coffee white with 1 bun with icing. No, pink icing.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Kellogg's make your job easy.
Jade.
Oh, here, Tom. High on, Matty, straight out. Spin around another metre. Good girl. Good girl. Hey, eyes on the footy, let's make the ball. Play on! Yes! All clear.
Boys, we've got a real big problem. It belongs to you, it belongs to me, it belongs to everybody. I'm talking about family violence. It's time we said no more to family violence, isn't it? Yeah. Think about it.
We've all got to say no more to family violence.
No more! Family violence is a community problem and it needs a community response from all of us, and sport is a big part of that. But we can all do our bit by being more respectful to each other. Please make this year the year.
My housemate woke me up to ask where my car was. Turns out we left the front door unlocked and someone helped themselves.
Protect yourself against crime. A momentary lapse is all it takes, even if you are home.
It's pure chance and quicker to steal keys than to hotwire a car. People make it easy and leave keys, bags and wallets laying around with unlocked doors.
Don't be the one to get caught out. A community announcement by TIO, Crime Stoppers and the National Motor Vehicle Theft Reduction Council.
Patrons are reminded that TIO Stadium is strictly a non-smoking venue and that patrons wishing to smoke must use the areas provided. Patrons are reminded that TIO Stadium is strictly a non-smoking venue and that patrons wishing to smoke must use the areas provided.
Deliberately rushed behinds. A free kick will be awarded against a player from the defending team who intentionally kicks, handballs or forces a ball over the attacking team's scoring line when not under immediate pressure, is being tackled or about to be tackled from the opposition. Umpires will be instructed to give the defender the benefit of the doubt when adjudicating deliberate rush behinds. Martin is correctly penalised for deliberate rush behind when he handballs the ball from a significant distance directly over the scoring line when not under immediate pressure.
You handball the ball from 20 metres out.
Frost knocks the ball directly over the scoring line when not under immediate pressure. He should have been penalised for deliberate rush behind. Longer is under pressure and therefore given the benefit of the doubt. He's not penalised for a deliberate rush behind. Drawing head contact. To discourage players from activities that draw forceful head contact, the umpires are instructed to process the following actions accordingly. Driving the head. A player who is in possession of the ball and drives his head into a stationary or near stationary opponent shall be regarded as having had prior opportunity. He will be required to legally dispose of the ball once tackled. In the following example, Ambrose drives his head into a stationary or near stationary opponent and therefore is deemed to have had prior opportunity. He should have been penalised for holding the ball as he doesn't legally dispose of the ball once tackled. Ducking. Where a player ducks into a tackle and is the cause of high contact, the umpire will call play on. The onus will continue to lie with the tackler to avoid contact above an opponent's shoulders. Umpires will continue to be instructed to protect the ball player. In the following example, Thompson ducks into a tackle and the umpire correctly calls play on. Marking contests. Where the umpire deems there is an unreasonable or excessive push, bump, block or hold that prevents an opposition player from contesting the ball, a free kick shall be awarded against the player. Early and/or forcible removal of an opponent would be considered unreasonable. Players are permitted to use their bodies in a marking contest as long as the action does not clearly prevent an opponent from genuinely contesting the mark. The following are examples of marking infringements. Petrie has his arm chopped and is correctly awarded a free kick. Rewalt is pushed under the flight of the ball and is correctly awarded a free kick.
Right out, got the free! You got the free!
Grimes blocks Schultz and is correctly penalised. Lonergan is pushed in the back by Petrie and is correctly awarded the free kick. In 2015, umpires will be stricter in policing of players who intentionally block a player in an unreasonable manner from contesting the ball in marking contests if the opposition player is realistically attempting to contest the ball. Langford is prevented from contesting the mark as he is shepherded away from the contest by his opponent and therefore should be awarded a free kick in 2015. McIntosh shepherds Segler, preventing him from contesting the mark and therefore will be penalised in 2015. Marking contests where players use their strength and do not interfere in an unreasonable manner will continue to be allowed in 2015. Thomas holds his ground and does not interfere with his opponent and is correctly awarded the mark. Holding the ball. Holding the ball can be categorised into 4 areas. Prior opportunity, diving on the ball, no prior opportunity, genuine attempt, and legal disposal. Prior opportunity. There will be a stricter policing of holding the ball, prior opportunity in 2015. Players will be deemed to have had a prior opportunity if they are balanced and steady, reasonable time to dispose of the ball, has chosen to take a player on, fend or evade, or had an opportunity to dispose and chooses not to. The following are examples of what constitutes a prior opportunity. Monfries is balanced and steady and has had a reasonable time to dispose of the ball and should have been penalised for holding the ball. Rampy attempts to evade the tackle and therefore deemed to have had a prior opportunity and should have been penalised for holding the ball. Pittard goes to handball, decides not to, and is correctly tackled, therefore correctly penalised for holding the ball. Diving on the ball. Where a player elects to dive on or drag the ball into or under his body, if legally tackled, he must successfully knock the ball clear. Failure to do so will result in him being penalised for holding the ball. Segler drags the ball underneath him, is correctly tackled and does not hit the ball clear. He is correctly penalised for holding the ball. Genuine attempt. A player who takes possession of the ball but has had no prior opportunity to dispose will be given a reasonable opportunity to make an attempt to correctly dispose of the football. Players do not have to successfully handball or kick the ball, but must demonstrate to the umpire that they are making a genuine effort to dispose of the football. In the following examples, Walker and Lobie take possession of the ball and fail to demonstrate to the umpire that they are making a genuine attempt to dispose of the football, and are correctly penalised for holding the ball. Illegal disposal. The player who has possession of the ball and drops, throws or places the ball on the ground without making a genuine attempt to handball or kick will be penalised. Fife has control of the ball and does not make a genuine attempt to dispose of the ball when correctly tackled. He drops the ball and is correctly penalised for illegal disposal.
Weather is part of life in the Territory. It's unpredictable when it comes and in what it leaves behind. That's why Territorians need the right insurance cover for their home and contents. Local knowledge is important. Talk to TIO about Territory home insurance for Territory conditions. So before it happens, call 131-TIO or visit tiofi.com.au. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Amart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes are your business, Amart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
1300 kilonewton centrifugal force, infrared remote control.
How does he do it?
24.5 kilowatt diesel motor.
He doesn't just know how to operate every piece of Kennard's high gear we get in, but also its service details, its safety checks.
I don't know. It's as if he can hypnotise each piece.
Give me 2 passes with sauce, coffee white with 1 bun with icing, no pink icing.
Yep, no worries, Terry.
Boys, we've got a real big problem. It belongs to you, it belongs to me, it belongs to everybody. I'm talking about family violence. It's time we said no more to family violence, isn't it? Yeah. Think about it.
We've all got to say no more to family violence.
No more! Family violence is a community problem and it needs a community response from all of us, and sport is a big part of that. But we can all do our bit by being more respectful to each other. Please make this year the year we say no more to family violence.
Jane. Tom. Iron, Matty, straight out. Spin around another metre. Good girl. Good girl. Hey, eyes on the footy, let's make the ball. Play on! Yes! All clear.
My housemate woke me up to ask where my car was. Turns out we left the front door unlocked and someone helped themselves.
Protect yourself against crime. A momentary lapse is all it takes, even if you are home.
It's pure chance and quicker to steal keys than to hotwire a car. People make it easy and leave keys, bags and wallets laying around with unlocked doors.
Don't be the one to get caught out. A community announcement by TIO, Crime Stoppers and the National Motor Vehicle Theft Reduction Council.
So they gather in the middle again around the umpire, 8 of them. Umpire holds it aloft. That's umpire Ash Manakaris, and the second half underway in this round 16 clash. The Eagles up by 10 points, the reigning premiers, over the team that sits on top of the premiership table. So see what they can come away with this in the second half. Southern Districts, Ed Barlow got them out of the middle, and the kick came straight back by the Eagles. Pretty well done. Now we got some information about those players that kicked the 100 goals for Southern Districts. Jackson Clark sent it through to us. We're saying that Will Farrer will probably get 100 this year, but he'll join those other 3.
Yeah, Cupido, Wedding, Jakovic.
And Jakovic.
So it wasn't that.
Not Glenn, Allen.
Thank you, Jackson Clark. Mad footy lover that he is.
St Mary's man, he loves his footy. As a kick to the middle. It's a good one to James Wall. Daniel Turner out on the wing on the NT footy, celebrating 100 years sign on the wing. Picked up by Fiddick. Fiddick again. Now he bangs it down towards the pocket.
Oh, Weecher tried to repay the favour there, Charlie.
He tried to get the climb over Farrer. Farrer hit the brakes and drew the free kick.
Someone's have to go get the ball for him, though. Weecher's certainly not going to go do that. Well, if you can do it, I'm going to have a crack at it too. Must have been the thought going through his head. Yeah.
I'll climb over the top of you. Well, Farrer's done it to a few people. This is Will Farrer. 94 big ones this year. It's good to take him one closer. He needed 8 coming into this match. Still not beyond him. He can kick 6 goals in a quarter. Wanderers tight defence. He needs to kick this, though, you'd think. Oh, he's going to miss that by a mile. They should take one off his score for that. It's a horrible kick.
It's not a bad idea, Charlie, but always a tough kick right in front of the Wanderers crowd and Wanderers bench.
Because they're encouraging you.
Oh, yeah.
Here he is again, so he's going to have another chance. Oh, he gives a handball. This time he did nicely, and the snap for goal is going to go right across the face off the boot of McGough.
Over the top.
Did it come back in? Well, they're going to debate it.
No one's claiming a touch on it at all.
Touched.
Except the umpire. The field umpire, he saw something.
Now Wanderers for Aaron Motlop. Takes it low down on his knees. runs from half-back out towards the wing, touches down with one hand. That's an incredible. Did you see that?
That's
the hand in his left hand, he touched the ground with the ball.
Jordan-like, isn't it? Palming the footy. It's an interesting way to bounce the footy.
Erlinson went searching for VV. They knocked it away from him to the boundary line. It didn't go out, though. Line logged and on the clean-up. Big Barlow. I've been reading any sports books lately, Jared? I'm leading you somewhere.
No, not quite, Charlie. Not. I have a lot of other reading to do in my spare time.
Of course,
not the sports books.
Of course, you're busy. So I'm reading Eric Freeman's book.
Okay.
A great story here is I played cricket for Australia and was a premiership player with Port Adelaide in the SANFL. And a great story mentioning some of those great players in the SANFL.
It's not a bad career.
Good career.
Marcus Hamilton wins the free kick.
Hamilton's kick long, and Farah with the climb again. He gets up there. Gee, I just always think one day he's going to just really damage his spine. This is a snapshot on the run here. That might have been Fiddick, was it? Off the left boot, kicks the goal, I reckon.
Was too, and that's the value of William Farah in your team. He's sitting on 94 goals. 3 players, again, had to go to him to try and stop him, but there was a wave of 3 Southern Districts players, front and centre, and Fiddick, left foot, kicks the goal.
And Shannon Motlop now has come off. Why would that be? He hasn't had anything to do in this first 4 minutes. Maybe it's just a planned rotation. Bates comes off with him.
Quite often, Charlie, the scheduled rotations.
Yeah, Cabillo goes down to full forward. So they've put themselves within 3 points now. 6-8 to 7-5. Aaron Motlop's up and under kick. VV underneath it. Quarter dropped it instantly on his boot. We're seeing party tricks out there.
They're just full of
tricks,
this? Aren't they?
Erlinson with the kick off the ground.
Jerome Motlop, Neil Vivi, Aaron Motlop.
Everyone's got a trick. Did you have one when you were playing?
Absolutely not. Struggled to get the ball.
Oh, you did pretty well.
Make the most of it.
You did pretty well. There's a high kick from Ed Barlow after the whistle had gone. And umpire Manakaris pulls the free kick out. It was going to go to the Eagles. Might be Erlinson. Or it might be Miles. It's going to be Miles, who might do the old trick and give it straight back to Erlinson. Umpire says, no, you've got to get back on that line. Which always frustrates me, that rule, but I suppose it's fair enough. It's John O'Miles.
Shanked kick on that occasion.
Bowden was in front position down there. Kick to the middle and to be cut off here by the Eagles. Umpire's going to pay that. Juggling mark. It's a good one too in the end by Bading.
Definitely a mark.
Out towards the wing. Smart. Gives Smart the pathway. Gets down, can't pick it up. Got it, lost it, picked it up. Aaron Motlop round the corner was pretty good. Linked it up through McLean, drives it forward. Josh Cabillo, the target, didn't take the mark. VV onto it. They've got him, nailed him, put him to ground. He's going to be pinged. No, he's not. Umpire lets it go on. Spillage ball comes out towards the back pocket. And Southern District scramble it out towards their half-back line and the boundary line.
Cadham just providing that release out the back there. And District's working the ball up towards McGregor. Another boundary throw-in.
What have you made of it as a game, Jared? What are you thinking of it?
Yeah, I think our Wanderers are starting to prove to the rest of the competition that they're not going to be easy beats come the finals. No doubt Southern Districts would have had a ripping into by coach Shannon Rusker, and they've responded pretty well so far. But we certainly see 2 teams that will go a long way in the final series.
Wanderers, of course, the reigning premiers, but some news coming through that they lost one of their star players. Of course, Liam Patrick broke his arm and will take no further part in the season for Wanderers.
Yes, our informant tells us that it's been broken for a while. He actually played with it last week against Tiwi Bombers, and this week he has to fly down to Adelaide to get it fixed. Broken wrist.
It's not good news for him. Here's the kick from Paper Talk. It's pretty good out to the right. Misses minor score. Kieran Davis is down there. Kieran, what do you got for us? I don't think Kieran's listening to us down there.
Charlie?
Yes. How are you?
Well, I reckon for Southern Districts to get back in this game, that two things need to happen. They need to improve their delivery to Will Farrer. They got it right late in that second quarter. They popped it right up and let him jump onto it. Also, I reckon Ed Barlow needs to step up his game because he's a similar kind of player to Jared Brennan, and if he can play at his very best, that can ease the loss of Brennan in this game.
That's some good comments.
Another guy that loves his footy, Kieran. Good work.
Good young man. He's doing a good job. Here's the ball been lost, and Vivi on the clean-up, out on the wing here at TIO Stadium. Dingo gets in and gets hold of it. Cadam drives it forward, only to run into Jerome Motlop. He wants Shannon Motlop, the at front position, but Dingo arrived, as only Dingo does.
He was on hands and knees over in the last contest with Neil Vivi, back on his feet and just able to chop that off. And he's one of the best readers of the play as a defender, Keegan Dingo.
He really is. He's a treat. He's got to make sure he behaves himself on the field.
Then there's the discipline side of things, which
causes him some problems. Here's Barlow, the man that Kieran Davis was talking about. He used the handball, gave it to Barker, who's a good running defender. Kicked it up towards Mitchell Taylor. McGinniskins with the kick over the top towards Daniel Turner. Wanderers can clean up from here. Easy work for them. Mitchell Taylor to get the run from the back pocket. Runs it out towards the wing just short of. John O'Miles turns his back on them. Could have been a target. Now he has to kick to the 1-on-2. Southern Districts there with numbers, and of course they're going to win it and they'll come away with it. Bounce out on the wing. His players taking the big fly. Good to see it in footy. Duncan Sthn caught there. Mitchell Taylor.
Nice kick. Got some numbers out on this far side, Charlie.
The Eagles have got 3 here. Now Dingo's the only man that can stop them. And even the Super Dingo can't do it. Simon Bates for goal. Simon Bates for goal. Thank you very much. From a long way out off the left boot, kicks the goal. Kicks his second for the match.
It's just a classic Wanderers running goal, isn't it? They created the turnover on the far side. Mitch Taylor involved in that contest. Sneaky short kick to Jerome Motlop. And 3 players. They had 3 choices to pick a player, a Wanderers player against a 1 Dingo. And Simon Bates' his running efforts this season has been superior.
He wants that grand final opportunity. Played a couple of years ago, then had a horror run with injuries. Simon Bates has a premiership to his name. John O'Miles draws a free kick out of the middle. Whistle went. Oh, so play on. Shannon Motlop gets it from Jerome. Motlop goes back, can't use the left boot, goes with the right boot. Awkward looking kick. Vivi trying to get the clean up. He can't get it out. Pat comes over the top. They might stay there, I think.
Jerome Motlop just couldn't get the handle on that one. He was certainly in plenty of space. It's another ball up on the 50 for Wanderers.
McGough's kick up and under. Josh Cabillo underneath it. Spins out of trouble. Did really well. Got himself in space. Went with a searching kick. Tom Motlop down there got over his head. Down towards the boundary line and over for a throw-in. At the 11-minute mark here of the third term, Wanderers 8-5, 53, Southern District 6-9, 45, the margin 8 points. VV works his way to the front. And now they come clear through. Henry Armour kicked a goal in the first quarter, sends it out towards the wing. John O'Miles got there late. Handball went straight back to him. He couldn't believe his luck. Josh Cabillo onto it. Josh Cabillo from out on the wing, kicks down towards the forward line. Jerome Motlop went high. Here's a snap for goal. Misses out to the right. Came off the boot there of Durkay. Minor score.
Yeah, he's a bit quiet in that second quarter, Charlie, but the first quarter he certainly did some pretty handy things. And he just needs to make the most of those opportunities if he's going to cement a spot in this side coming the next few weeks leading to finals.
As you get those opportunities, don't you? You've just got to really do it.
And that's why he's up there. That's why he's playing forward pocket or a flank to get those crumbing goals.
And Barlow gets it. He's on the edge of the corridor. That's a good kick from him too. It's deep. Farah, big climb, crashes the pack. Goes to ground. Spillage out there towards Daniel Wheatra. His kick's going to roll away harmlessly to the boundary line. I want to keep a count on how many times it goes out of bounds. There's a lot of them.
And the structure for Southern Districts on that occasion, where it might have been Sthn that was just sitting in the space of Farah. Sthn should have taken Mitch Taylor right out of there and allowed Farah to have the run and jump at the footy.
Sam Christie, super game from him last week. Almost turned it over, gave Charlie McAdam a chance. Had an outstanding game down at Fred's Pass to Charlie McAdam. And he had to come from behind that time, McGregor, to win that, and he did, and sent it down towards half forward. It's going to roll away to the boundary line, right on the line now. And
Still
over,
in.
umpire says it's all okay.
Still on the line.
So Wanderers bring it back into Aaron Motlop, right on defensive 50. 13 and a half minutes gone, 8-6 to 6-9, Eagles in front.
Just played that perfectly, didn't he, Owen Henry?
Runs from the back pocket, leans back with the kick, was pretty good too, out towards the wing. It was a good kick. Getting there first, Zane Carter. Assistance comes from Paper Talk. Cannard wants it down at half forward. He's screaming for it. They've decided not to go to him. They've gone to the corridor instead, which is probably a wise choice in the end, because it was pretty tough for Cannard out there where he was, but they went instead and gave it off to Fred Sthn. And have a shot from directly out in front.
Yeah, beautiful centering kick. Sthn, that's the role he needs to play. He needs to be that second option. So the first vision or the first look was to Farah, and Weech was just wearing him like a glove, but then the vision came inboard, and Sthn sitting there by himself. 9
points the margin. Fred Sthn from directly in front. Leans on it, starts it out to the left, leaves it out there, reduces the score by a minor score. 8 points. The difference. Wanderers still in front at the 14-minute mark. Third term here at the TIO Stadium. Short kick to Aaron Motlop in the back pocket.
Yeah, they go looking to spread the defence as well, Charlie. They do this a lot, play the boundary line, and Jonathan Miles gets a mark this time. Bit of mobility on his opponent.
Miles. Kick up to half, up to the wing at the interchange area, and fisted away. Justin Smart amongst all of those.
And that's a good matchup too. Keegan Dingo and Justin Smart, although looks like Bowden is picking him up and allowing Dingo to play that loose player.
Let's see what Dingo can get out of this. It's not going to go. He ran across the face. He expected it to come to him. It didn't. Payne working with it. Eagles just more alert, they would seem, don't they? Quicker to move.
Samuel Christie, great mark. And good vision, or good voice there by McLean too. There could have possibly been a clash, but awareness was good.
Henry back to McLean. Lead from Duncan Sthn, and that's where they'll go. He can continue to run. Bangs away with the left boot. Josh Cabillo, the target up at half forward. Back to VV with the handball. Goes over the top. Wanderers a chance inside 50. Couldn't get the hand. Tommy Motlop left it behind. Smart comes looking for it. Picks it up. Works himself clear. Lost it. Sent the Southern Districts player to the ground. So Smart busy in all of that. He's not done with yet, I don't think. Now he is, because the ball is over the boundary line.
And Carter working hard too for the Southern Districts in defence. But some desperate times for the Southern Districts, the Crocs defence. See if they can hold out Wanderers.
16 and a bit minutes gone in the third term. And the Keelan Fijo. Erlinson. Snapshot. And misses to the near side. Minor score.
Just bounced over the defender's head there. It would have been devastating if it went through for a major. They get a chance to reset.
Districts need to clear this out. That kick is a risky one. Gee, only just got there. High fly at the back there for Wanderers was Sam Christie.
It's not a lot of options for them, Charlie, out of defence. They had to kick to a 2-on-1 contest, and Wanderers most of the time will win that battle.
So Erlinson gave it to Fijo, who kicked it out of bounds in the pocket on the full.
Just couldn't bend it.
Back far enough?
No. It's always difficult to do with that shaped football.
Yeah.
Easy to do with the round ball, but...
Bend it like Beckham, remember that? It was the cry for many years.
Oh, there's a clash between Jerome Motlop and Jared Erlinson, and Josh Kabila unfortunately trips over him as well, so Wanderers in all sorts at the moment.
So hard run through the middle. Marcus Hamilton, it's in front of him. He's got a head of steam. He's still running. He's there again. He didn't get it. They got in the way. Turner gave it off quickly to McAdam. McAdam down towards Farah and finds him. And Farah takes the mark. 94 goals this year.
Beautiful kick by Paper Talk. Fat side, open space against Sleeth. Thought it was for him, but he just pulled out there at the last moment and allowed Farah. Obviously, why not? He's on 94 goals.
So we came in with 92. He's got 94 and he's got a shot. And he goes back and kicks and he doesn't miss. He's got another one. So it takes him now up to 95.
That's a crucial goal for the Crocs. Wanderers were just peppering away at their end of the goals. Just couldn't quite get the majors to put that scoreboard pressure on. And Paper Talk, Charlie, he reminds me of another Nichols medalist, and Tim Carpeney.
Yes, that's right. He played for Wanderers, didn't he?
Another Tim Carpeney type, and Tim was always hard to chase around on the footy field.
I reckon Carpeney might have been from Port Lincoln or somewhere. I think Paper Talk might be from over the west.
Yep.
Wanderers with it. Handball from Joel Cabillo back through Duncan Sthn out towards the wing. And the kick to come back here to Fred Sleeth. He wants to play on Sleeth. Oh, he's nearly stepped into trouble. Owen Henry got to him. Went to the pocket with the kick. Mitchell Taylor doing the block work. Is that a whistle? There's a whistle gone out there. There's going to be a free kick. Didn't pick up who's going to... Don't even know who's going to get it. Wanderers are going to get it.
Christie holding the man, Charlie. Just a little bit long on the tackle. Not sure who's on the mark there. Might be Bowden. Or Turner.
Long kick, so they'll keep the pressure on here, Southern Districts. If Farah can kick a goal and have 4 to three-quarter time, then he's a bit of a chance, isn't he? He's got to kick 4 in the last quarter. Not easy, but not impossible.
Not for him.
Whistle.
Advantage played.
Farah got high. Josh Cabillo in defence rushes it through for a minor score. Yeah, there's a big opportunity there for Farah. Just got a little too far under the footy. Didn't time the leap, I don't think.
No,
that was the problem.
He got 2 hands to it, although fingertips just got over the top.
So Eagles will work this out of defence. They put up a pretty good effort here, Wanderers. There's some quality about them.
There's certainly that belief, Charlie. And that's the biggest weapon that they have coming into the finals, and they've proven last year their confidence and belief when they've got the momentum. Geez, they're hard to stop.
Yeah, they just believe they can beat anyone. And Dean Rioli's the perfect coach for them.
Yeah.
He has that same outlook himself, doesn't he?
That's right.
Gee, working hard there as Lionel Ogden. He's been good today in defence, Ogden. Good defender. PV out wide, gets it. Drops it in a little short, though. Tommy Motlop at the back. The handball was good to Smart off the left boot. Bangs at goal. He doesn't miss many, does he? Smart extends the lead again. Every time Southern Districts make a run at them, Wanderers come up with another goal.
4 goals to Justin Smart. He's the key to this game for Wanderers. And there's not too many defenders that can stop him at the moment. Neil Vivi getting the forward entry. And Thomas Motlop just handing the ball off to Smart, who's a left footer.
So 8 points the difference. 9-7 plays 7-11. So Wanderers have kicked a couple and Southern Districts have kicked a couple. So both with 2 goals each in this quarter. Bates and Justin Smart for Wanderers, and Fiddick and Will Farah for Southern Districts. So Wanderers win the free kick out of the middle. Play on, says the umpire. That's Cabillo emerges with the footy, sends it forward. Genniskin got high, knocked it to ground. Line Logden on the clean-up, continues to play well back there. Barker wins it and goes wide with the ball. Sends it towards the boundary line. Closing is Joel Cabillo. Boundary line beckons, and that's where it goes. 22 and 3/4 minutes gone.
Just looking at some players, Charlie, that can lift for their team and for the Crocs in particular. Matty Payne, we haven't called his name too often, and I'm not sure if he's got some injury concerns because I can't see him at the moment. And Zane Carter, he's another player that can get the districts going.
Short kick to Wall, comes off half back. Kick is good. Gee, he wants 50. He's going to get it. Is he going to get it? He is, surely. He took the mark and then he got hit, so he's got the 50. So he's going to get what we think is going to give him a real chance of getting 100 here. He'll have 4 to kick in the last quarter.
Absolutely. If they're going to be gift-wrapped like that, he's every chance.
So Will Farah on 3 goals for the match. Joe Cabillo still talking to the umpire about what actually happened. The umpire is very clear what happened. Farah had taken the mark. Cabillo hit him after. 50-metre penalty. Directly out in front. Easy kick for Farah. Bangs it straight through the middle. He's got 4 in the match. 2 in this quarter, 2 in the second. 96 for the season.
Another key out for districts as well, Charlie, is Matthew Rosier.
Yes.
He's just a ball magnet and someone that provides not only toughness around the footy but a bit of running carry for him too, and another left footer as well.
So Wanderers 9-7, Southern Districts 8-11. 2 points the difference. 24.5 minutes gone. It's easy to become focused. You mentioned this earlier on Will Farah down there. Sometimes you can do that at the expense of trying to win the game. Stop Will Farah from kicking goals. Of course, it goes a long way to that result.
Good position.
Oh, what a mark. Gee, I thought that was a mark. Hands around the back. Cannard closing. Farah. Wanderers get it away to Thomas Motlop. Caught, got the handball away. Free kick to the Eagles across half-back. They ran hard at the footy and they've been rewarded. This is Braden McLean having another quality game for the Eagles.
Yeah, he's taking his footy to another level, Charlie, as the 3/4 time siren sounds.
So good close match with us at 3/4 time here. Margin just 2 points. Wanderers 9-7, leading Southern Districts 8-11. Jared Eilert.
So, yeah, William Farrell, the only multiple goal kicker for Southern Districts, and that's where players like Matthew Payne, who is playing up forward, if he can start to jag a couple of goals and take the focus off, and Sleeth for that quarter in particular lifted his work rate and become a bit of a focal point for districts. But if those two players can get their hands on the footy, take the focus off Farah, he will have every chance not only to kick his 100 goals, but get districts over the line. Wanderers at the moment with Justin Smart, he is certainly the best player on the ground so far. Injury concern to Jared Erlandson, and we will try to get a track of that over this quarter break. But Wanderers doing all the possession, doing all the attacking, but just not getting the result on the scoreboard. We're in for a ripper last quarter, Charlie.
So they're up by 2 points, the Eagles. The reigning premiers lead at 3/4 time over Southern Districts. Wanderers 9-7 lead Southern Districts 8-11. And the other big news, of course, Will Farah has 4 for the match to give him 96 for the season. Can he kick 100? We'll find it in the last quarter.
Weather is part of life in the territory. It's unpredictable when it comes and what it leaves behind.
That's why Territorians need the right insurance cover for their home and contents. Local knowledge is important. Talk to TIO about Territory Home Insurance for Territory conditions. So before it happens, call 131 TIO or visit tiofi.com.au. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Amart Sports is your home of great sports with all the gear you need. Get a massive range of fitness, cycling, sporting equipment and games with clothing for any reason and footwear for all the seasons. From the biggest sporting brands in the world for the very best prices guaranteed. If you're a footy fanatic or a freak for fitness, relish the racket or bikes are your business, Amart Sports has got you covered with 50 stores Australia-wide. For a great range of great brands at great prices, get in store or shop online at Amart Sports today.
Boys, we've got a real big problem. It belongs to you, it belongs to me, it belongs to everybody. I'm talking about family violence. It's time we said no more to family violence, isn't it? Yeah. Think about it.
We've all got to say no more to family violence.
No more! Family violence is a community problem and it needs a community response from all of us, and sport is a big part of that. But we can all do our bit by being more respectful to each other. Please make this year the year we say no more to family violence.
Jade. Tom! Play on! Matty, straight out! Spin around another metre. Good girl. Good girl. Hey, eyes on the footy, let's make the ball. Play on! All clear.
My housemate woke me up to ask where my car was. Turns out we left the front door unlocked and someone helped themselves.
Protect yourself against crime. A momentary lapse is all it takes, even if you are home.
It's pure chance and quicker to steal keys than to hotwire a car. People make it easy and leave keys, bags and wallets laying around with unlocked doors.
Don't be the one to get caught out. A community announcement by TIO, Crime Stoppers and the National Motor Vehicle Theft Reduction Council.
Last quarter, not that far away. What a thriller it is. 2 points the difference here. Wanderers in front 9-7 to Southern Districts 8-11. The other thing that of real interest, of course, is Will Farrer came into this match for Southern Districts with 92 goals. Has kicked 4. He's on 96. Can he get 100 and join Cubido, Wedding and Alan Jakovic's century goal scorers for Southern Districts? Kieran Davis on the boundary line was listening in to the huddles. Kieran.
I went down to the districts huddle and Shannon Rusker, he made a bit of a bold claim that the Wanderers have no game plan, that they're just playing on instinct, and he reckons if his boys can follow their game plan, play their roles, they'll have a good chance of winning this game. He really stressed the fact that they need to have the forward tackling pressure. Matty Payne and Matt Cunard will be in that forward line, and it's all going to be about servicing Will Farrer in the forward line. Okay, let's see how it goes. Thanks for that, Kieran. Good quarter in front of us. What are we going to see, Jared, with a quarter to go?
Well, it is a bold claim that Wanderers don't have a game plan. We've seen it many, many times. I think we've called Wanderers most out of any team, Charlie, and that is their game plan.
Having no game plan.
No, they spread the ball. They like to play far and wide. They'll kick it from one side to the other side just to break up the play, just to get those one-on-one contests. And it certainly works for them when they're in control and they create the turnovers and can push forward. So agreed, Matty Kennard and Matty Payne has to get more of the football to take pressure off Farah. Sthn needs to come into the game a little bit more on the back of the hard work he did in that quarter and give some help to Armour Ogden as well.
Could you, Jared? Coming from Jared Island there. They've sent VV into the ruck. He doesn't win it. It was knocked down by Ed Barlow, but Wanderers win it through Cabillo. Kick down towards the half-forward line. Ball lands on the ground down there. 2 Wanderers players to get there first. Can they keep it in their direction? Simon Bates gets over the foot. He couldn't get it clear. Ball gets stuck underneath some bodies, and the umpire has to come in and ball it up. So Wanderers in 20 seconds put it deep down in their forward line. The very dangerous Shannon Motlop down has kicked a couple of goals. John O'Miles to do the ruck work against Barlow. Barlow wins it off the left boots. Kick around the corner by Gavin Durkay. But all back there is Southern Districts from the back pocket. They'll go with a long kick out towards the wing. It was a good one too. Strong mark taken out there.
Great hands by McAdam, I think it is.
Charlie McAdam.
In front. There was a lot of pressure on his back by Sthn, so good contest.
Kennard got to it, knocked it down in front, which was clever enough. Back to McAdam. McAdam with the left boot kick. Sends it out towards the wing. Umpire says that's all okay. Looked like the Wanderers player might have been pushed out of it. But Southern Districts are doing okay, except Sam Christie. He won the kick and then turned it straight over. And Districts with it. Now the kick to the forward line. Out they come, hard run at the footy, Daniel Turner. Where is Farah? He's parked under the footy. Will Farah, he got to it. They knocked it away from it, went looking for it again, then pushed over the boundary line. It was well done back there, Daniel Wheatra. He's the perfect foil for Farah, isn't he?
He is, and there's probably one only other player that could match up on Farah, and that's Damien Williams from the Buffs.
Had a good game today too, Damien Williams. It's the knockdown. VV. Wanderers to clear. Out towards half-back. Dingo, big climb, got there, then hurt himself as he went to ground. Gee, he's in trouble. He landed on the ground. They knocked it back. It was Daniel Turner did it. Dingo's still on the ground. He's trying to get up. He's like a big wounded tarantula. Comes out towards Barlow. Tackle. Mitchell Taylor emerges with the footy for the Eagles. Comes out towards the wing and lands it just inside the field of play and rolls over in front of Justin Smart. It's kicked 4 goals today.
Well, we've got a bit of a stoppage, Charlie. What, 600 games you've called? What is it that you love about territory football?
I just when you live and you immerse yourself in it, Jared, you can't get away from it. You know, you see the great players and you watch them start as kids and go on and, you know, the great names, and this is such an important part of the fabric of territory life. And, you know, I remember being at Gardens Oval in the 60s watching Jerry Rowe and David Cantilla and those guys all playing, and then here we are in 2016 and still seeing the great players. I said this today, someone asked me what's great about it, and I said there were great players back in the 60s, you know, that you'll always remember, but there's great players today as well, and that greatness just stays there, I reckon.
You've just immersed yourself in territory football over decades and decades, so congratulations on that achievement on behalf of everyone involved in footy from the 60s to now. Well done, mate.
Thanks, mate. It's a long time, but it's great. Look at this. We've got a great game in front of us. Farah pushed out of it. Umpire says it's all okay. Didn't pay him the free kick. He staged a little bit for it, and that's why he didn't get it.
I reckon the umpires are onto that because he gets front position. Any little nudge, he just goes flying forward. But Ashley Manakaris was onto that.
Ball. Gave a chance here for Jerome Motlop. Drives it into Shannon Motlop.
He is so smart. He just took his player away from the play before Jerome Motlop had control of the footy and was able to duck back into that space that he just created. And he's certainly on the right side for him as a left footer.
Perfect side here for him. Bangs with the left boot. Gets it too far across. Right in the pocket. Chance there for the Eagles to mark. They didn't get it. Southern Districts are now clear. Little kick didn't work that well. It's going to come straight back. Right to the goal line, fisted away towards the boundary line in defence.
Good work by Joel Cabillo there. Just to get the little hand in there, the little tap to stop the exit by the Southern Districts.
So throw in deep in the forward pocket for the Eagles. Southern Districts don't want it there. They want it at the other end of the ground for a couple of reasons. kick a goal and win this match, and to give Farrer a chance for his 100. Who have they got next week? I said, they got Tiwi, Southern Districts. This ball right on the goal line, minor score, so the Eagles advance a little. That's a thumping kick to the middle, strong mark taken there, Ed Barlow. He's got all the skills, hasn't he, Ed Barlow? Guinnesskin has to dive, takes the mark in front of Mitchell Taylor. He's got runners going past. Gee, that's a sloppy handball. Bowden should never have called for it either. Just those little inexperienced things cost you. Here's Mitchell Taylor.
Yeah, I think McGuinnesskin was still moving backwards when he tried to get that handball forward, and I think it was the right option. That's what you want. You want to bring your halfback flankers into it and release them so they can run and carry the footy. And then that, if Bowden could get away, that's a kick straight down to Farrer one-on-one. But the execution just sloppy.
So throw in here up on the half-forward line for the Wanderers. They lead by a couple of points, 3 points in front. In fact, they're in front by... Beavy continues to do lots of the ruck work. Wanderers with a kick inside 50. Dingo. It's going to be a lot asked of him, Joel. Cabillo did pretty well with his handball. And the ball seen through for another minor score.
Obviously, goals are the key, Charlie, but every point in this game is just as critical.
Bowden gets it across half-back. He relaxed there for a moment. They're just little things you learn as a young player. The ball's about to hit him on the chest and he thinks this is mine. Someone can close on you in that last split second, can't they?
Absolutely. Especially in a tight game like this, you just want to be attacking the footy every chance you get.
Kick up towards the wing. Armour. Is his recovery all right?
Oh, well done.
Gee, good handball away from the danger area. Put out wide there by Vivi, but pushed over the boundary line. Good run there from Southern Districts by McLaughlin. And he just was able to put Sam Christie out of the field of play. 7 minutes gone. Umpire Mike Simpson with the throw-in. And back again, seen out of bounds.
Just not getting any reward for their hard work at the moment, Southern Districts. So Henry Armour pushed hard down to the forward line to put a block on Mitch Taylor, who's marking McGuinnesskin at the moment, and they just couldn't release a player. So they're not getting any reward for effort at the moment.
Just look how congested that is. Just so many players down there trying to get their hands on this footy. Comes out to Thomas Motlop, lines up for goal. Oh, he's a good goal kicker. Just fades away. Had him on our radio show today talking about kicking 10 goals for Nightcliff all those years ago. Had his brother on as well, Marlon. And got Marlon to ask him a question. I think Marlon asked him a question about how many more times will you tell me about the 10 goals you kicked.
Yeah, that's a story that will stick for many, many years, especially when he retires, Charlie, no doubt.
Well, it was interesting because their dad, Mo, was in there as well. And I think Tom was saying he's the only Motlop to kick 10 goals, and Mo said, well, that's not true. I reckon that your uncle Paul kicked 10 once in a match as well. So that'll be a debate and discussion that will happen in the Motlop family, you would think.
Don't let that ruin the story.
Oh, there was accusations of bedwetting and all sorts of things that were being discussed. It was incredible.
Yeah, you turn the off button then.
Wanderers here now with Duncan Sthn out on the half-back line. Threads the handball out to McLean. Ever reliable.
Oh.
Kick in, nearly just almost worked too. And look here, Vivi all by himself, standing inside 50, and he can chip it over the top. Oh, poor defence. It's smart there. Vivi somehow was 30 metres in the clear.
Well, he actually wasn't the only one, Charlie. Josh Cabillo and Jonathan Miles had plenty of space, so District certainly rolled the dice and tried to do all the attacking with that passage of play, but it come unstuck. A nice little chip over to Justin Smart. He's going for his 5th.
He's had a big night out. What have we played? 10 minutes almost. So here's Smart tucked away in the pocket. It's a tough angle. He's a good kick of the footy. He's a lefty. He bangs a goal. He likes it. He's kicked a goal. Big one for the Eagles off the boot of Justin Smart.
He's quickly becoming the hero for the Wanderers Footy Club in this game, and certainly Southern Districts came into it as red-hot favourites after having a comprehensive win over St Mary's out at Norbuilt Oval last week. But it's all the play with Wanderers at the moment.
So what have we played, Jared? 10 minutes of the last quarter. Can they hold on here, Wanderers?
Well, absolutely. I mean, there's 11 points in it, and if they can get some clean footy out of the middle and just bomb it down to Farah, that's going to be their saviour. And Paper Talk working hard, but just handballs the ball over to Owen Henry, who repays the favour and chips the ball straight to Bowden. Or Lionel Ogden, I should say.
Ogden with the good kick for Dingo, got it over the top. Dingo went back chasing, and Mitchell Taylor got there in front of him. It's a good battle between the two of them. They both go to ground. Kennard comes charging in to get it. Long handball comes out to Owen Henry. Comes off half back. Paper Talk closing on him. Kicks along the boundary line. And Shannon Motlop takes a super mark. He's on the wing. Running around to his left and charging down in the forward line is Owen Henry. He does get it delivered to him, and then he goes to the 50-metre line. Nice kick from him, and Wanderers take the mark down there, Tom Motlop.
Yep. In front, nice kick by Owen Henry. Thomas Motlop in front of his opponent, which was Bowden. It's going to be a little bit beyond his reach, I think, Charlie. But down in the goal square, Wanderers have Miles, Smart, and Capillo.
I reckon he could just about get the journey here, Jared. He's a good kick of the footy. He can give it a roost. Gets close to the man on the mark. He loads up and he gives it plenty right to the goal line. You were right. It didn't quite make it. Rushed through for a minor score.
Yeah, he had a fair crack at it. Almost kicked the ball into the man on the mark. Jonathan Miles couldn't quite get his hands to it. District's release now.
Straight down the corridor they go. They're going to have to get there in a hurry. It's out towards the wing. Charlie McAdam goes to ground. He got tripped. He's going to get the free kick.
Just bang it in. Get it in.
It's a kick out very, very wide, and they've dropped the mark out there. That was Matt Payne. Brings it back around. His vision was good, and he found Zane Carter.
Yeah, tough conditions for Payne. He's a quality player, but just not getting that clean, crisp hands on the footy at the moment. But Payne, if he can come into it, and Carter as well, if he can kick this goal, swing the momentum back the other way.
So they need a goal. He can put them within a goal. From 50, loads it up, bangs with the left boot, misses to the near side. That's another bad miss. 8 goals, 12 to 10-11. Wanderers at the 12 and 3/4 minute mark of the final term. Spring an upset here.
I reckon Districts have to kick the next goal to stay in this game. If Wanderers can break away and get a clean goal and some clean movement of the footy, which results in a goal, it's just going to, break the spirit of the Crocs. So Districts have to score next.
Had a huddle there, Southern Districts. VV, good handball too to Sthn, back to Joel Cabillo. Long raking handball over the top. He was searching down there for his teammate in, who was that? Owen Henry down there, it was. He's been closely watched by Zane Carter. Henry, dangerous with his speed. VV at the back, good tap down, overrunning it though was Henry Armour. Bouncing ball to Kennard, gets to it, Kennard goes to the handball, over the top to Sleeth from McAdam. Paper Talk picks it up at 50, punches for Farah, gets to him, and Farah takes the mark directly out in front.
Superb skills there, Charlie. He could have blazed away, but he just pulled the kick back. He saw the space in front. I don't reckon he even saw Farah. He just kicked to space, pulled the kick, knowing that Farah's got a little bit more speed and a little bit more height on the jump on Wheatra, and it just did the perfect placement.
And he didn't have to change stride. He didn't have to slow down or anything. Farah just ran straight at it and now lines up from directly out in front and kicks another one. He's got 5 today.
It's a shootout between William Farah from Southern Districts and Justin Smart for Wanderers, but that's the goal they needed. keeps them in the game. And like I said, Districts had to score next to give them the opportunity, give them the chance to win this game.
See what Kieran thinks about it all. He can always make a bold prediction. Kieran, tell us what you think.
Wanderers are going to close out this game. Their last 3 games have been tight wins. They've proven that they know how to play in a high pressure situation. You know, they came from behind against Nightcliff. They came from behind against Tiwi. They closed out St Mary's. I reckon Wanderers have it in them to keep going and win another close game.
Well, you might be right because they got it here. Oh, he's dropped it. Has Bates, and then he had to do the hard work and he missed everything in the end. Had he kicked that goal, Kieran might have been absolutely right.
Absolutely.
He was running into almost an open goal, but no pressure on him. He dropped it. Punched away. This time he gets another chance. Straightens it up. Good vision from him to the corridor.
Barker just pushed him into the footy whilst he was juggling it, and Bates had to repay the favour because Thomas Motlop took that mark earlier on and slipped the handball off, and Bates dropped it. But Bates returning the favour.
So Thomas Motlop, well, he hasn't kicked a goal today, but he is directly out in front, and you don't expect him to miss at the 15, 16-minute mark. He can reply to the Farah goal, and what's he do? He misses. Kicks it out to the right. Gee, that was a bad miss and a good let-off for Southern Districts.
Absolutely. They got some numbers on the far side now.
They can build from there. They're going to try and stretch Wanderers here. McAdam is the target. He's got the run. He can go with the kick. Oh, it's a beauty to Farah. Wow. How's that for Champagne footy?
Bang,
magnificent.
Bang, bang. Barlow, super kick. Got the confidence to run and carry the footy and have a bounce too for a big man. And it's almost like they used the Wanderers' game plan to try and kick the footy over the back, and McAdam had the speed and the jump on VV. Beautiful mark and kick to Farah.
He didn't get his balance there. You saw it just as he was about to run in. He lost his balance, didn't he? And he's missed it.
Just need someone to stand up, don't they? Thomas Motlop could have almost put the nail in the coffin, and Farah could have got Districts level, which would have been just a great setup for the rest of the quarter.
Kick comes out. Armour hard at the footy. That's a great effort by him to hold it up. He's going to be in trouble. It's so unfair. He's the only one who wanted the ball. He went to ground and they jumped on him. There's nothing he could do. But that's the rules of the footy.
And he's been the 4-quarter player for Southern Districts.
VV goes to Aaron Motlop. Invited now to play on. Jono Miles in front position. Lazy work there by Ed Barlow. Capillo. Knocked back over the top. Wanderers get to the ball, couldn't get it out though. It was Griffiths down there for the Eagles. And over the boundary line. On the full, so it's going to be a free kick here definitely for the Eagles, and Aaron Motlop might be the recipient. It is.
The District's defence just lacking a little bit of strength at the moment. They've certainly got the matchups with the smaller players, but they're just missing that little bit of strength, which I think Brendan actually brings into the team for them.
Oh, that's nearly a mark. Nearly a strong mark there. Matt Duffy involved with that. Aaron Motlop lifting in this last quarter. Districts look uncharacteristically fumbly today, don't they?
Yeah, they haven't made the most of their chances. They've got some space now. Paper talk.
Farah high again. Got there, lost it. Mitchell Taylor on the clean-up. He just pounced on it. In the back. Free kick Wanderers. No, it's the other way. It's going to go the other way.
Well, it's going the other way because the umpire is on this side of the play, where we get a bit more of a bird's eye view, Charlie, and Armour certainly come in the back of him, but the umpire was on the wrong side.
Wow. So Armour doesn't have to rush this. It hasn't gone 20 minutes yet. He wants to give Farah a chance, I reckon. He doesn't know where to go. Well, I reckon have a shot.
Yeah, have a shot. Get Farah back on the line and... Desperate stuff by Wheatrail.
Really deep down in that forward line. Cannard goes looking for it. You'd like him to get a hold of it. Along the boundary line. Here's a chance for a goal. He's banged away much too hard. And he missed everything and kicked it out of bounds on the full.
He got a little bit excited, didn't he? He just put too much pressure and too much power on that kick. And he got, rather than getting the edge of the footy, he got well and truly in the middle of it and it's just gone straight across the front of goal.
You see it so much, don't you? You can just caress it through. That might be the last chance, really. It's going to be, I don't think it's a long quarter. So goal the difference. We could have had our first draw for the season, Jared, if he kicked it.
But Wanderers are man down at the moment. There's a player that's getting some treatment. I don't know if it's a cramp or something a little bit more serious, but he's certainly in a fair bit of pain and not moving.
McGinniskin's got it. Farah's a chance. Farah's a chance. Farah takes the mark. Now he's the sharpshooter.
He is.
20 minutes gone. He is unlikely to miss. And if he kicks it, scores will be level.
This will test him. I don't know if he's had too many shots at goal under this type of pressure, Charlie. They're behind by a kick. He is the sharpshooter for the competition.
He's got 97. He can make it 98. Now that approach is a little better. Kicks a goal. And you know once he runs in, if he's going to kick it, and he does. Scores level.
6 goals. And Wanderers still a man down, so I don't know if they're just going to make the call and just pull him off. You can't have a player down if they're 17 against 18. They've certainly just made that decision now. They've pulled him. The trainers have pulled him across the line, allowing Motlop to come back on. And now it's 18 on 18.
So scores level. 10-13 apiece.
The player down is Christie, I think, so that's a big blow. Oh, well played.
So the Eagles take it down the forward line. Oh, that's a good kick.
Don't know if that was a little tap there by Bates, but it was brilliant football. Great running by Josh Cabillo.
So here's a chance. Tom Motlop with the ball in his hands. Out's just inside 50. He's got to score. You can guarantee that. He doesn't. He's missed everything. He's kicked it out of bounds on the full. What an incredible miss. That's the pressure of footy, isn't it, Jared?
It could end up in a draw, Charlie. Oh, no. I was going to say another Motlop to win the game for him on the death knock, but not quite.
So out towards the wing, and they still have it. Time ticking. They need to move it in a hurry. 22 minutes gone. They don't want to turn it over, but they just need it. Any score will win it for Southern Districts. They're going to go to the corridor. That's a dangerous kick, but it just works. Now they got themselves in the corridor.
No.
It's a draw.
It's heartbreaking.
They mucked around for too long. It's a draw in the end.
And Thomas Motlop was going to be having nightmares tonight. He might have kicked 10 goals back in the day, but oh no.
He had a chance. We're going to have to wait till the umpires look at that score.
Well, I guess if it is a draw, who do I interview?
Oh, you probably don't want to go anywhere near Thomas Motlop.
No, definitely not.
I mean, Henry Armour's been, for mine, one of the best players on the ground over 4 quarters. He's just battled hard for his team.
So the umpires making their way in the middle. They've got to look at that score.
To be one of the coaches, I reckon, Kieran. Probably Shannon Rusker to see if we can get a reaction from him. They're probably lucky in the end to get the draw.
Unbelievable game of footy.
We'll just go through the goal kickers, Charlie. Southern Districts singles to Matt Cannard, Henry Armour, Thomas Fiddick and Christian Papertalk. And we all know about the 6 goals to William Farah, who kept them in this game. And certainly takes his tally to 98 goals for the season, so he should get that next week, you would think. Goal kickers for Southern Districts. Wanderers 5 to Justin Smart, Simon Bates with 2, Josh Cabillo 1, and Shannon Motlop with 2, who kicked 2 goals in the first quarter. So Plenty of opportunities, although a relatively low-scoring game, and that's what you expect from two top teams.
Well, they've confirmed the score is level, so it's a draw.
It's a draw, so anti-climax to the whole build-up, Charlie. We end up back where we started, but 2.5 hours of absolute slog and rigour.
A draw.
And we got Kieran setting up for interview with Shannon Rusker.
You got him? Well, are we ready to go? No, we're not quite ready.
The shoulders are down, although the players are still shaking hands. The body language is just, why did we just go through that without a result?
So he's ready. Well, I think we're just about ready with Kieran down there. We can get down to him. Shannon Rusker is with him, the coach of Southern Districts. We'll hear what his comments are. Kieran, we'll come down to you now.
Shannon, I just got to ask, what are your thoughts on that game? The first draw of the NTFL season, such a close game. Both teams had chances to win the game. What were your thoughts on that match?
Yeah, it was a game of ebbs and flowed. I thought Wanderers controlled the game for a majority of the quarters, and we were pretty good to be able to adjust and get ourselves going forward to kick a score. It was more about getting the ball into Willie Farah quickly. They were pretty good at blocking space, so we had to move the ball a bit quicker than usual and get it into Willie to try and get us a score.
Do you think the fact that you're almost assured minor premiers, do you think the fact that maybe that played into the mind of the players and they sort of eased off the pedal a little?
Oh no, we've had a really tough week on the track. We've been working extremely hard. We know we had to put in a real big month of hard work ready for finals. So, we're probably a little bit sluggish, but a credit to Wanderers, they were tremendous today in the way they moved their footy, and they're going to be a big part in the finals.
Were there any goals at the start of the match to maybe kick it more to Will Farah, maybe let him reach his 100 in this game, or was it more a team-oriented point of view?
It's always team, and Willie tries really hard week in, week out, and we play our role. We all know our roles, and if Willie end up getting a bag, he gets a bag. But if it's everyone's getting a score, we're happy with that. As long as we're penetrating the scoreboard and ticking it over, it's a team game by all means.
I'll let you address your players now. Thanks, Shannon.
Thank you very much.
Good on you, Kieran. Thank you so much for that. Jared, final comment from you on the drawn match.
Yeah, it's. Shannon Rusker nailed it actually with William Farah. He is a team player. The first couple of touches in the game, there were 2 handballs to teammates that ended up in goals. But best players for mine for Southern Districts was Henry Armour over 4 quarters. William Farah obviously with 6 goals. Lionel Ogden battled hard as well. For the Wanderers, you can't go past Justin Smart with his 5 goals. Josh Cabillo was brilliant, and Jared Erlinson as well.
Good on you, mate. Thanks for that, Jared. We'll catch up with you again next week. It's been a good game of footy.
Absolutely. Bring it on.
Hope you've enjoyed it from TIO Stadium in Darwin. It was a draw in the end, 10-13 apiece between Southern Districts and Wanderers.